in that seat. So the person that's been over there, I don't know if she's taken an oath. She may have, I don't know. But also because she wasn't sworn in by council, every single decision in all the courts that she's held since May are subject to be voided. And how does that make us look as a city? Because she is not sitting in that chair legally, and that's where your legal counsel is supposed to come in. I don't put all this on you because I didn't know it all either. I mean, it's a lot to learn. But the combination of this, like when somebody stands here and pulls it up, somebody's supposed to check what we're saying. Don't take our word for it, but if it's an issue that can affect the city's liability is my only concern. I went through not getting along with city council members. You saw that. That's our life in that seat. But not following the rules, not getting the legal advice we need, or not following up on it, that becomes the issue that creates so much of this. And that's what concerns me about what you all are looking to do this evening. Because if you put someone in the seat and it turns out that the state of Texas, who can step in on behalf of judges, it don't have to be the judge, but the judge is over 40, got an EEOC age complaint. She's a woman, got an EEOC sex complaint, got a 15-year impeccable record as a judge, and 18 as a city employee. From an EEOC standpoint, it don't look good, and that's federal.
Thank you, Mr. Allen. That is the only citizens card that we have. I also have a citizens card. I'm going to go to the podium to read my remarks, and I'm going to turn the dais over to the Mayor Pro Tem as I deliver my remarks from the podium.
Okay, Mayor, hello? Hello?
Councilmember James, go ahead.
I'd like to go into executive session.
We're still in citizens comments right now.
One second,
Okay.
Councilmember James. We have one public comment.
Good evening, Mr. Mayor Pro Tem, members of the City Council, and my fellow residents. Tonight, I stand before you wearing two hats, as a resident who loves the city and as your mayor you entrusted to lead. Over the last several months, I have spent a great deal of time reflecting not on what has happened to me, but on what history will one day say about us. When each of us sought public office, we asked our neighbors for something precious, their trust. They did not elect us to be comfortable. They did not elect us to be right all the time. They did not elect us. They elected us to carry the weight of responsibility and to make difficult decisions on behalf of the community that we all love. Public office is temporary. Our names on the dais are temporary. Our titles are temporary. But the decisions we make and the opportunities we either seize or squander will remain way longer after one of us has left this dais. That is why I ask one question to you tonight. Are we making decisions for Prairie View, our children and grandchildren will inherit 20 years from now? Or are we still allowing ourselves to be governed by arguments from the 20 years ago? History has never rewarded those who remain prisoners of the past. It remembers those who had the courage to build the future. Every generation is given its moment, its opportunity, its responsibility. This is ours. We have before us opportunities that many communities only dream of. New investments in our parks, stronger public safety, economic development, infrastructure improvements, and partnerships that can transform PD for generations. These opportunities do not belong to one mayor or one council member. They belong to the people who entrusted us with this responsibility. I know we will not always agree, nor should we. Healthy disagreement strengthens democracy. But there is a profound difference between disagreeing on a policy and allowing personal conflict to stand in the way of public progress. I have extended my hand before, and I'll remain extending it again tonight. Not because it is politically convenient, not because it is easy, but because I believe our residents deserve leaders who choose service over self, respect over resentment, and progress over pride. When I leave this office, and one day I will, I do not want anyone to remember how many debates I won or lost. I want them to remember what we built, that something mattered, that children had a safer place to play, that families had a better quality of life, that our first responders had the resources that they need, that the students saw a city that they believed in them, that businesses invested because they believed in our future, that together we led PV stronger than the way we found it. So I leave each of my colleagues with a final thought. Leadership is not measured when everything is easy. Leadership is measured when it is hard.
Mayor, your 3 minutes are up.
I ask for additional 2 minutes.
I move that we give the mayor additional 2 minutes. There's a second, a motion on the floor to give the mayor additional 2 minutes. All in favor, let it be known by saying aye. Any opposed? Additional 2 minutes now.
I appreciate my colleagues for the extra time. Leadership is not measured when everything is easy. Leadership is measured when it is hard. It is measured in those moments no one remembers. It is measured in the seconds, the 60 seconds before you cast a vote, the few seconds before you choose your words, the seconds before you decide whether to build a bridge or burn one, the seconds when you choose courage over comfort, service over self, and hope over division. Those seconds become minutes, those minutes become meetings, those meetings become years, and those years become our legacy. Tomorrow morning, I will show up ready to work. I will show up ready to listen. I will show up ready to lead, not because it is easy, not because it is popular, but because the people of Prairie View deserve nothing less. The pages of tomorrow's history are still blank, and we are writing them today, and every time that we step into this chamber. We are history. Let us write a story worth people who place their faith in us. Thank you for your service, and may God continue to bless each of you as you continue to lead, and may God bless the city of Prairie View. Thank you, my members of council, for indulging me.
Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem Doucette. We will now move on to the presentations. We will now move on to the presentations. The first presentation we have is the swearing in and oath ceremony of the municipal judge, Dominique D. Roy.
Excuse me, Mayor.
Councilmember James.
Yeah, I wanted to go into executive session before we did that.
Okay, you gonna make a motion?
I move that we go into executive session. Do I get a second?
It's been properly moved and seconded that we go into executive session. Is there any unreadiness? My only unreadiness is that we can observe executive session toward the end, but Carla, go ahead.
Just an inquiry about the topic that is being referred to executive session.
Councilmember James, what topic are we talking about in executive session?
There's a possibility we may be sued or be in legal liability with the former judge. And so I want to discuss about this. I think there may be some improper legal things we have to do. We have to do some legal things first before we can swear in the new judge, because we don't want to get sued. And especially what Citizen David Allen had said. So I think we're supposed to do it the right way. And because I'm afraid that the city of Prairie View might be sued because of this situation. So I want to discuss this in executive session.
Thank you, Councilmember James. Special Counsel Aguero, did you have anything to respond to him?
No, sir.
Okay. Councilmember Doucette.
I don't have any.
Okay, I saw your microphone cut on. Councilmember Williams.
I was just gonna help him out and say personnel.
Gotcha. Hearing no more in readiness, and then properly moved and seconded that we go into executive session for personnel matters. Is there any more in readiness? Hearing none, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. All those opposed have the same right. The time is now 6:22 p.m. and the council is convening into executive session. We can take that laptop. We just had to unplug them, yeah.
Okay. Okay, sure. Thank you so very much.
No, you can't. You can't get into my computer.
I even go back down camera and look into it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I try to come through there. I'm on my way to talk to your room. Yeah, got us a foot.
Let me show you something. Let me show you. The chief gave me this right here. The chief think that's for 3 cars. That's for 1 car, man. So all I can do is I gotta be able to fly in.
The cities.
What can I say?
Like with the neighborhood, this is doing something fine, maybe when I complete it, the city can be healed. Yeah, when you complete the task, the city will be.
It's a healing plan. Sure, but that's why I remind
Maybe you can lay it down.
7, 8 years ago. No, I never got the information. She kept trying to send me an email.
But it's not my job to do your investigation, but I need you to, or,
A formal complaint is a part of the investigation.
I didn't make the complaint, the complaint's already. I don't hear it, I'll be honest.
You come back and you
How you doing, man?
She's on the other end.
I mean, I can't really hear it, I just heard about it.
Yeah.
Mr. JJ, how you doing today? Doing all right? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I do a little everything. You doing all right? Yes, sir. You already know
I'm considering.
These governmental leases work. Isn't it crazy how for the EDC to have a
Can I play for some tonight?
It's a crazy
Pull me down, and then put me in a basket. I'm trying to crawl my way out. That ain't right, let me stop here. I think I'm gonna sit down behind my You think it's gonna take us 1 hour? You said it's 1 hour, if it's 1 hour, I might stay. I don't think this is 1 hour. It might change whether this one comes. It might take my, but I'm on here. Send it in an email.
Everybody go home.
I'm not gonna be up here all night.
She said it's gonna be longer than
So
now.
I wonder what they do, just open up and then went in there. How you doing?
If I'm met everybody. You know where the church is?
They never did talk about it.
My mama was cooking. You know, was cooking.
Did they swear him? Okay.
For some reason, I was trying to say the name. Like cooking now. For that night.
called California. It's called California. The whole restaurant. Yes. The whole restaurant looked like California. So now I just have my food truck. I have no Washington. And then the one I'm trying to do out here, I bought the old, where the City Hall used to be put out. Right here on City Hall. So I bought that, and I bought the elevator.
In this line item, voting for something.
So we're gonna have the elevator. We're gonna have 4 restaurants. Yeah, so that's why I've been coming in, just seeing what's going on. And like, my goal is this for.
Yeah, and the school board, they usually give us that every month.
Oh,
Is one that.
oh, wow. Oh, wow. So, I pulled up, I went to First Navy Church. Yeah, so I went to school there too. Yeah, so I went there, and then when I went to high school at Crenshaw Christian Center. So, I was there, oh yeah, I know. Right there, Crenshaw, yeah. Crenshaw looks totally different now. Yeah, it's way different. I didn't even, we just went out there like 3 weeks ago. Yeah. Yeah, my sister's having a baby, so she moved from Atlanta, she was going to Jackson State, and then she went and got a job at Microsoft in Atlanta, and now she's moving back. Oh, you don't like HBCU? Oh, you do? Oh, did you? Oh, excellent, you came back? After you grew up here, you came back?
I don't know what her name was, Mimi. And so her husband worked with my dad at the insurance company in Navasota. I went to school with Danny, but Danny died. It was amazing.
Reimbursement of legal
My father's
fees.
older than me, so I'm sure y'all same way, you know.
You do any work at the school?
Huh?
Okay.
Yeah, I know it. You never know. How old are you? 70.
I can
Great gaining ground though.
I can believe it. I watched a lot of videos.
see, again, if you see at least it's on the agenda, that you see at least it's on the agenda to be voted on and discussed, that's a part of the transparency part. Stuff ain't happening and the public, the city council don't know. That's all it
Hey,
is.
so I'm thinking about Pine Island Road, and I know these people I can't remember. So if you go on down a pretty good ways, there's a place on the right with a tree laid over, but it's still growing.
When they try to change
It's
it,
a big old live oak tree.
When we came into session,
Oh,
they just went into executive session.
on the right,
When we came
going
in.
down.
Yeah, I guess so, yeah, just.
It's like a family place.
so, not the people from the family. Oh, somehow.
Thomas?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went to a.
Well, there was a.
No, cricket
Yeah,
field.
and I thought
I was
he had
very
a place
interested to
over
see,
there.
because,
Some watermelon.
you know, we don't really see a cricket field every year, so, you know, I had to go see. Yeah, that's it.
Oh, okay, now same guy. Maybe he just had watermelon or something over there. I don't even know how. You got a backhoe for sale? I guess when I worked in Army, we go do jobs all over. I meet people, thought I knew a lot of people.
Backhoe?
When they got back there, the lease.
It's a lease, oh, the other one went out? Yeah. Yeah, you may as well take a look at
Fred Junior, because Fred, I paid
that monthly lease can be the monthly payment.
Well, yeah, he drove an old, seventy-something model.
That were doing like that kind of work was more than they
Oh, the rental is a. Yeah.
take a boom and move it anywhere you want. They have like a big family out there called the Days.
Y'all ain't paying. Yeah, one of the best hires. Good man.
Probably so, because they were keeping tabs on all that stuff.
When is the city manager supposed to start? It's not even on the agenda. Is that they finalized?
There, when I had to with him, I told him, I said, you know, back and forth. When I came,
Yeah.
when I started my first restaurant, I was 26. No, yeah. So I came right out of grad school. I don't know how. I get my master's at San Francisco State at marketing. So I opened a restaurant in a concert hall, because I come from concerts. So, yeah, my mom came in today for trade show, so that's why. Yeah, I grew up. Yeah, in LA. That's where she started, yeah. With them, with Wassell Foundation. Yeah, so. Oh, so, yeah. Yeah, my grandma grew up in Wassell. Yeah, so, Real California Street, so, yeah. We're in, you know, my mom worked at Wassell Foundation. My dad, he owned a marketing firm, so he did a lot of stuff with Long Beach Press, Telegram, and all this stuff. And yeah, and he did a lot of stuff with news. Yes, my dad is. And my mom,
Yeah. You know,
How we doing?
yeah, so they're still all out there. So we used to come a lot of days. So when I got into getting my own business, I learned it all.
Did Brooks get you that other document you wanted? Did she make those copies? The thing she told you to put up there?
Yeah.
Not the street thing. Did she make copies?
Yeah. Oh, that's an opportunity.
The time is now 6:40 p.m. The council has reconvened from executive session. Mrs. Jeffrey, can you please certify the quorum?
Yes, Councilwoman Manuel, Councilwoman Reed,
Present.
Councilman James,
Present.
Councilwoman Williams,
Here.
Councilman Doucette.
Present.
A quorum is present.
Thank you, Mrs. Jeffrey. Council has reconvened from executive session. We will now move to the presentations, swearing in an oath of office of the municipal judge, Dominique D. Roy. Ms. Tisdale's coming. Chief,
I think we're just waiting for Ms. Tisdale to come so that way she can offer the oath, the ceremony for the swearing in. So that's why we're waiting.
Oh, okay. I thought I was notarized.
You're doing both. You're doing both.
Oh, okay. Well. You have the oath? Okay, she's gonna stand with her over in the.
Right here.
Right there. Okay, you're gonna raise your, now which one I'm reading, the one right on the top, right? Okay. All right, raise your right hand. All right, in the name and by the authority
In the name and by the authority
of the state of Texas,
of the state of Texas,
I, repeat your name,
Dominique Roy,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
or affirm
or affirm
that I will faithfully execute
that I will faithfully execute
the duties of the office of
the duty of the office of
Judge
Judge
of the Prairie View Municipal Court
of the Prairie View Municipal Court
of the State of Texas,
of the State of Texas,
and will to the best of my ability
and will to the best of my ability
preserve,
preserve,
protect,
protect,
and defend the Constitution
and defend the Constitution
and laws of the United States
and laws of the United States
and of this state,
and of this state.
so help me God.
So help me God.
Okay. Now, I'm gonna let you write your name. I'm gonna let you do it because my handwriting there, and put the title, and then you'll sign,
Yes, ma'am.
and I'll do the rest, since it's not printed in. And I'll be getting. Okay, and you sign. Yes, let me do this part first. Today's the 3rd. Yes. Mm-hmm. And the time is 6:47. And then all you have to do here is print, sign, and put your address.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, I guess while we were waiting, I'll offer some remarks for Judge Roy. Overall, Judge, you know, as we spoke throughout the process, you have my overall confidence in the ability to lead in this position as a municipal court judge. I'm also looking forward to you connecting with our community, with our residents, finding ways to do town halls and meet residents where they are too as well. So thank you for your service and welcome to the team of the City of Prairie View.
Absolutely. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Did you have any remarks, Judge? Do you want to say anything? Okay, okay.
Hold on, you come on.
Ms. Jeffrey, can you let the record reflect that Councilmember Manuel arrived to the dais at 6:48 p.m.?
Yes.
Judge Roy.
Yes, so again, thank you so much for this opportunity. Thank you for allowing me to serve the City of Prairie View as well as the residents here. I will, of course, speak later on because I believe I have a brief report to give to you guys. But again, thank you. And again, I am very thankful to be back home. This is my second home to me. I, of course, was a student in Prairie View and lived out here for almost 7 years. So my adulthood came from out here. So again, thank you. And I am ready to continue to serve.
Thank you. Looking forward to have you. Thank you, Judge Roy.
Thank you.
The next on our agenda is the presentation of the final audit. We already did that, so we're going to move right on to our departmental reports, and we will start with Chief White.
Good evening, Mayor, City Council, and citizens of Prairie View.
in your hand, and I think you have a copy of our June police report stats. Are there any questions that you all may have for me this evening?
Councilmember Doucette.
Not any questions, Chief, and for the team, but I do know, like last week, we did have a public comment regarding a certain individual case, and citizens came and made public comments. And I do want that to reflect that, I was able to meet with you all and have discussions about the way we can continue to operate and move in the PD. So thank you all for meeting with me and connecting with me regarding that.
Yes, sir. At the moment, that is still being investigated, and I think yes, ma'am.
On the police report,
Yes, ma'am.
I had put in I have some police reports that I was waiting on,
Yes, ma'am.
but Ms. Carla, what is the procedure for her viewing the police report?
At the
Because I'm
moment-
waiting on the police report, but I know you said you had to give it to Ms. Carla.
Yes, ma'am. At the moment, I think it's still under attorney's, she's still reviewing those. And I don't know how long exactly that takes. Maybe the attorney can kind of answer that.
Okay, because I know you had written it down for the 15th, but I haven't heard anything from you on that matter.
Thank you. Yes, I attempted to speak to you on July 15th, but I wasn't able to get your attention to be able to engage in a dialogue. I think you had asked me, who was I? And I explained again that I'm special counsel to the city. So unfortunately, our July 15th meeting didn't go as planned, but I'd be happy to discuss with you the status of your requests.
But what do you have to do with the police department? Because you're not hired in the police department.
That is correct. I represent the city, and it is my job to help protect the city's legal interests. Inquiries regarding ongoing investigations have to be reviewed so that sensitive or confidential information is not released. Also, all of our council members have a duty to maintain the confidentiality of documents such as that. And so that's why we're implementing some new policies and procedures to ensure that our council members understand their duty and responsibility as elected officials to maintain the confidentiality of the information that they receive from the city. And I believe we're prepared to share those new procedures regarding your access to information later in this meeting.
And also, when I had gone in to talk to the chief, I asked the chief a question, but he left and he came in and brought you back in, but I didn't come to talk to you. I came to talk to the chief, but I don't understand why the chief had to go get you when I came to speak to him.
The reason the chief came and got me is because many of our hardworking employees here at City Hall have been feeling harassed by council members such as yourself who make
Now,
requests.
don't start that lie. I hadn't harassed anyone. I haven't harassed anyone. Now, you asked me when I had gone to the chief, you want to know, well, why are you in here talking to the chief? I can go talk to the chief because I'm a city council member. I can talk to anyone in here.
Thank you, Councilmember Manuel. Councilmember
No, I'm not finished yet. But then also you had it written down for the 15th, but I haven't heard anything, from it. But I just don't understand. You're not hired over in the police department, and why the chief, they working on the T code. So why he has to go get you? Because I didn't come to speak with you. And then when you got ready to leave, you're gonna ask me, well, would you like to leave out with me? But I didn't come to speak to you. I came to speak to the chief. And then you're gonna turn around and ask the chief, are you all right? He a man, isn't he?
Councilmember Manuel.
He a chief.
Councilmember Manuel.
Wait a minute, excuse me.
Yes,
He
ma'am.
the chief of the department.
Yes, ma'am.
So why you
Order.
gonna ask him if he
Councilmember
all right?
Manuel.
He a man. Excuse me. Let me
Councilmember
finish.
Manuel, I just want to let you know that this has veered away from what's actually on the report.
But no, it's on the
Yes,
report.
ma'am. It's no longer on the report.
Don't cut me out because I'm trying to explain.
Yes, ma'am, but I'm just saying it's no longer, this item is no longer on the report. I will allow you to finish your thought, but if you can finish your
Okay.
thought, we have other council members who will wish to speak. But if you can finish your thought, I'll greatly appreciate it. But this is not technically on his report, so it's technically not needs to be talked about. But please finish your thought so I can go to Councilmember
Oh,
Williams, okay?
Okay, thank you. So when you got ready to leave out, you asked me if you could walk out with me. But you don't have no business asking me if you could walk out with me because you didn't come in with me. I came in to speak to the chief.
Is there a question you wanted me to answer?
Well, I don't understand why you asked me. If
Oh,
you didn't need
because-
to ask me that because I didn't come to
because
see
there
you,
have
the
been-
chief.
All right,
came
special
to get
counsel,
you.
we're gonna turn it over to Councilmember Williams here. Thank you, Councilmember Manuel, for your dialogue. Councilmember Williams, you're recognized.
I ask as nicely as possible, can we move on? Ms. Barber, that sounds like y'all need to have a discussion. That's a personal situation, so we need to move on.
No, it's not a personal situation, it's a
Well,
business.
Okay.
But let me talk for me.
No,
and you talk for you.
Councilmember
Can you
Williams
meet with them?
has the floor right now.
Can you meet with them in private so y'all can get?
Well,
Hold on, Councilmember Williams has the floor right now, so Councilmember Williams is the only member that's recognized.
Can y'all meet in private so we can move on, is all I'm asking? Because it seems to be a lot of questions that you need answered, so can y'all move on? Can we move on and you speak with the chief and the attorney in private to get your answers?
no, I don't need to speak in private. When I put items on the agenda, they seem to be removed. And who's removing the agenda item? Otherwise, they would have been on the agenda.
Is there any other comments for the chief?
No?
Hearing none, thank you for your service, sir.
Thank you.
Hello? Hello?
Oh, sorry,
Anybody?
Councilmember James, I'm sorry you were over there. My bad, man.
Okay.
Do you have anything for the chief? Councilmember James?
Oh, I just say that I believe that every council member should be allowed to put their agenda items on the agenda.
Okay, nothing for the chief? You're good, chief. Thank you, sir.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Chief.
Thank you.
We will now move to code enforcement, Mr. Colin Johnson.
Good evening, everyone. Mayor, council. Delivered a report to your mailbox this afternoon, but I'm going to go ahead and read the department overview and then just touch on some brief overheads. Began my duties as the City of Prairie View Code Enforcement Officer on June 15, 2026. During this initial reporting period, my primary objectives have been to become familiar with the city ordinances and policies, establish effective working relationships with city staff, respond to citizen concerns, and begin implementing a proactive approach to code enforcement. My efforts have been focused mainly on protecting the health, safety, and welfare of the community while encouraging voluntary compliance through education, communication, and consistent enforcement. Code enforcement serves as an important role in preserving neighborhood quality, protecting property values, supporting responsible development, and ensuring compliance with municipal ordinances. Since assuming this position, I have worked to establish daily operational procedures, document enforcement activities, and build positive working relationships with residents, business owners, contractors, developers, and other city departments. And so since being in June 15th, we've issued 4 code enforcement violation letters, city patrols daily, responded to 2 separate fire incidents, 2 automatic abatements working along with Public Works, 1 tree clearing project along Richard Street, 4 pre-development meetings, as well as completed code enforcement training with Texas Engineering Extension Services, and then also working with JK Graphics to implement 3 new kind of code enforcement notice designs. So we'll be having a half crack and peel half sheet that's going to be able to be stuck on kind of screen doors, cars, and so that's going to be like the next phase of enforcement as well as kind of abandoned vehicles. And so goals moving forward are, again, just kind of monitoring situations going on. We've had concerns mainly about new developments and site grading plans. So we've been working with the city engineer just to make sure all the development sites are not going to cause any future flooding or any concerns for future residents. And our city engineer is readily available to answer any questions for residents that may have any concerns. And so also going forward, just going to be working to reduce repeat violations, improving case management and documentation, working with the community just to increase awareness. And so that's part of the just working with people and having that education component. And that's all. Any questions?
Is there any questions for the code enforcer?
Mayor,
Councilmember Doucette.
just a few questions, Mr. Johnson. Thank you for your service and welcome to the city of Prairie View.
Yes, sir. Thank
I
you.
know this is the first time giving a report. We did speak offline and a few days ago regarding some of the code enforcement violations and the effort on the effectiveness of how we're putting out letters and how we're getting ordinances and notices. I don't want to say or make it seem like the main thing of code enforcement is high grass. So I don't want to.
Yeah.
I don't want that to be
Yeah.
where we're going to go in the conversation. Just briefly, I do want to ask about what does that process look like when you get a complaint from the letter being sent? Can you explain that process briefly about what steps do you take to get that done?
For sure. So there's two ways. So we either get a complaint or I'm actually proactively just patrolling. And so just that's kind of driving around, just kind of picking a segment of the city to try to kind of go around that day. And so I may see a complaint. I document that with either the cell phone or the iPad, take a picture, write down the address, go back to CAD, the Waller County Appraisal District website, document the property owner information, make sure the right address, right contact, right name, all of that. Then I go back to our iWork system, and then I can go in there and put all that information in and kind of generates a letter. And so we just also got a new letterhead about 2 weeks ago. So that's kind of new, kind of in the code enforcement division within the police department, got a new letterhead. So we put that new letterhead on a letter, send that letter, print it out, certify, mail it, and that's they got 10 days to respond to that violation.
Okay, thank you for that. And then just two more questions. If there's say if there's a property in the city of Prairie View, obviously it should be boarded up and safe that no one can get in there, right?
Yes, sir.
If it becomes a property on the city of Prairie View where all the boards are down and there's open windows and open doors, what immediate emergency action can we take to get those boards back up in those buildings when it comes to code enforcement for the safety of the environment in the city?
Yeah, that's a good question, and that's something I've actually been kind of working. We're going to get with the city attorney to just kind of go through the city compliance or code ordinance and make sure that we have this in there, because there are some properties and some concerns where they aren't improperly boarded, and so the city does need to kind of have plans, ready action, but we don't have anything currently in there that we can just kind of act very fast. So need to double check on some of those.
And then just a tad bit, a little info about the fire or the fire situations. I know you said you were able to handle a little briefing about those.
Yes, sir.
The fire incidents.
Yes,
or
sir.
what were those in regards like?
Just so one was just kind of just outside of the city limits, so it was just kind of somebody saw black smoke from the highway and called it in, and county responded to that, put the fire out. And then another one was Cochrane area. There was, and it was kind of, I'll go further into detail. We have had kind of concerns about whether the county has a burn ban or not. County does not currently have a burn ban, and citizens are allowed to burn the kind of the yard waste or the shrubbery, the brush, trash, kind of debris from that property on the property. So citizens are allowed to do that, and that was just kind of what that was. They had to come through and clear it and cut trees and branches, and just again saw smoke and stopped by, and that's just what it was.
Thank you for your service, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Councilmember Williams.
I don't have a question for code enforcement. I was gonna ask us if we could take an interjection and move agenda item 17 and 18 to now, so that Mr. Smith can be excused.
You can make a motion.
I move to move up agenda item 17 and 18 to now.
It's been properly moved to move up agenda item 17 to 18 to now. Is there any unreadiness? Is there a second?
Second.
It's been properly moved and seconded. Is there any unreadiness? Hearing none, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed has the same right. Okay, we're now move on to agenda item number 17. Thank you, Mr. Johnson.
Sure. Thank you.
We will now move on to agenda item number 17, discuss, consider, and approve an ordinance de-annexing the property contiguous properties owned by Timothy Smith. Special Counsel Aguero.
Thank you, Mayor and Council. I came before this council on June 8th, and the council approved a resolution authorizing the next steps concerning de-annexation. We now have drafted an ordinance that would officially de-annex the property of Mr. Timothy Smith pursuant to an agreement that the city reached in early May. That ordinance is prepared for review and signature, and I recommend that we move forward with this tonight.
Council, what's your pleasure on the resolution of the annexing properties?
Mayor,
Councilmember Doucette.
I move that we approve an ordinance disannexation the property and contiguous properties owned by Timothy Smith.
It's been properly moved. Is there a second?
Second.
It's been properly moved and seconded that we de-annex the property and contiguous properties owned by Timothy Smith. Is there any unreadiness? Hearing none, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed have the same right. Motion passes. Agenda item number 18, a special attorney, let me read it. Discuss, consider, and approve payment of the post-settlement legal fees incurred by Timothy Smith to enforce settlement agreement. Special Counsel Aguero.
Permission to approach.
Sure.
I'm going to tender this to the bench so you all can begin with the signatures on the ordinance.
Okay.
On agenda item number 18, essentially, this is a request that is also pursuant to the settlement agreement, and I'm asking council to approve this item, and if there are further questions about it, we can certainly discuss in executive session, but I don't think there is a need to do that. Essentially, this is an issue pursuant to the settlement that was reached with the city in early May.
Thank you, Special Counsel Aguero. I'm going to ask for council, what's your pleasure on agenda item number 18? My only point of clarification is I just don't believe that we should be paying anyone's post-legal fees. That's just kind of how and I think, believe me, you spoke about that already on the phone, so I just want to make sure I point that out here on the record. I'm just not in favor of us paying legal fees, but of course, that is the decision of council on how you all would like to proceed.
Mayor,
Councilmember Doucette.
I move that we approve payment of post-settlement legal fees incurred by Timothy Smith to enforce the settlement agreement.
Second.
It's been properly moved and seconded that we approve the post. Can we get a number, the amount?
Yeah, that's I was gonna have on readiness after that comment just to see what is that.
Yeah, can we get an amount so we can say what the motion?
The updated total is $1,160.
Okay.
Mayor,
Councilmember Doucette.
I'll make an amendment to my motion. I move to approve payment of $1,160 of post-settlement legal fees incurred by Timothy Smith to enforce the settlement agreement.
Second.
It's been properly moved and seconded that we approve $1,160 for post-settlement legal fees incurred by Timothy Smith to enforce the settlement agreement. Is there any unreadiness?
Yes.
Councilmember Manuel.
So why the fees can't be waived?
Hello?
Oh, hold on.
Hello? Okay. I can't see nobody. Okay.
Sorry about that. Councilmember Manuel, you asked a question. I believe you're about to respond.
Because it is now a part of the settlement agreement.
I mean, that's the first time I heard them do someone like that.
It's the first time you've heard what, I'm sorry?
Someone being charged for those fees.
I mean, so people who litigate cases are always charged attorney's fees?
No.
Is there any more unreadiness?
Call for question.
Call for question. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed has the same right. Motion passes unanimously. Thank you, Special Counsel Aguero. Where's my agenda? Okay, cool. Yeah, where are we at?
I think you still have him mute. You have to unmute him.
No, he's not on mute.
You know. Can you hear Mike?
Okay. We will now move back to our reports. We will have Judge Roy.
Good evening, Mayor and City Council. Can y'all hear me? Okay. So today I have a brief report of the accomplishments the court has made within the 2 weeks of my arrival. Firstly, I would like to acknowledge the promotion of Warrant Officer Holmes as the new warrant detective.
That's Officer Holmes.
Thank you so much for your service and continued service. Within that time frame, the court has collected in warrants and unpaid citations exactly $16,010.67. And lastly, after doing my due diligence, the clerks and I have found a necessary training seminar through the Texas Municipal Court Education Center that will be held in December in Austin. Registration opens in September, so I will make it a point to make sure that my clerks and staff is registered in enough time so that we can attend that seminar for the clerks and judge. And yeah, that's the end of my report. Do I have any questions?
Thank you, counsel. Any more questions for the judge? Thank you, Judge Roy.
Thank you.
We will now move on. Jared from engineering is not here. However, he did submit his report to us. You all should have it. We will now move on to EDC, Mr. Bruce Davis.
Good evening, Mayor, City Council, and citizens. I submitted a report last week with a couple of attachments. I'll give a brief overview of the content. First of all, we have an executive director search. We are requesting $7,000 be approved for our executive director search. That is to qualify the individuals that we already have, so that's less than if we were just initiating the entire search, but then to get us through the next steps on that executive search. That's going to be later in your agenda. Opportunity zones, we're awaiting feedback on opportunity zone that we submitted with the city of Waller and our own independent one. We are having a strategic planning conference. This location is different than what is shown on your reports. We are having the entire conference held over 3 days. The first day is training, and that training date is, our training activity is one that's open to city council members would like, if you have time, to come that afternoon and get trained on the high-level EDC ins and outs. It's going to be given by the state person who gives that training. But anyway, it's 3 days. It's all going to be at St. Philip's Episcopal here in Prairie View. TEACS. We're asking TEACS, that's Texas A&M Engineering Organization that prepared Prairie View's strategic plan. They prepared strategic plan in 2012. And there's another organization that prepared the Livable Center plan. So we have asked them to combine those efforts and give us a gap analysis. We can use that going forward for our strategic plan. We don't have numbers for you, but we are going to be meeting later this week, so we'll be able to present to you our request for that to proceed. Modular building options. I gave you a slide deck that has some options that we considered, the pros and cons of the options that are available and things that we considered before. So please consider that when it gets time to look at that. Athletic sponsorship. Similarly, we are looking at options for athletic sponsorship. We'll be meeting this week on developing some options to get back in front of you at the next meeting. Retrain MOU. The last EDC agreed to go into an arrangement with this organization that has many upsides. Among them are grant writing abilities. There's a meeting tomorrow that I will be attending on that. Prairie View's 150th anniversary, Dr. Jana Thomas
spoke to us last meeting, and we're following up with having an events committee that will take into account the 150th anniversary, the Labor Day Classic, and many things that are in front of us. Joint EDC and City Council planning, I envision that, time permitting, we'll be able to put some time in for that at our strategic retreat. Crime Stoppers, we participated in a Crime Stoppers fundraiser this weekend, that was good. EDC logo, we're looking to rebrand ourselves in line with the city. So we are looking at the city's logo and primarily using that so that we could elevate the city along with ourselves when we do marketing activities. And we're also looking at getting a professional photographer to help with the city events and our own events. That's my report. Any questions?
Any questions for the EDC president, Mr. Bruce Davis? Councilman Reed.
How many applicants do you already have?
It's, right now it's about 60.
60?
Yeah.
And we still need a search firm?
The search firm is not actually searching. They are going to scrutinize the.
Oh, they're gonna evaluate?
Yeah, they're gonna evaluate. We've already searched. It's not really, the search firm normally does two big halves. It's search, get the applications out there, Indeed, so on and so forth. Then when they come in, then they do this other piece where they evaluate, they weigh, rack and stack. That's the part that we're paying for, not this other piece, we've already done that.
So have you talked to on-campus SBA at all to see if they could also have some type of program where they could help you evaluate?
I haven't spoken to him about that. No,
You have?
If not.
Oh, no?
No,
Wait, I'm confused.
I have not
Okay.
spoken to them.
Okay, thank you.
I spoke to him on other matters, but not
Okay,
that.
okay. Wondering.
Mayor,
Councilman Doucette.
Mr. Davis, just one question, actually. I know we're going to talk about it at the EDC meeting as well. But regarding our flags off of 290, when I asked Public Works about the torn flags that's been there for the past 2 months that I've been in office, who's responsible for replacing those flags? Public Works let me know that EDC, that area itself is the EDC budget. But although when you come off 290, it says the city of Prairie View, so it represents the entire city. And so my question is, what is the process for us to order flags and keep them on standby and make sure our flags stay at order, whether that's half mast when it's time and going to full staff, and also making sure our flags are in order coming off 290, but also here in the City Hall?
Yeah, the EDC, that was done before my time, but the folks that were around understand the EDC were the ones that constructed, paid for those flags and that monument out there. But it is an opportunity for an MOU if it's not clear who has the ongoing responsibility. EDC I don't see EDC having the staff to lower and raise the flags. Yes.
Hold on. Let him finish this report.
Yeah. So, that's where, I think JJ was about to ask some valuable things, so.
Yeah, I was gonna see follow up to it, but the city is taking care of it. Ms. Johnson did get a order, that someone reached out to myself and Mr. Jones about the flag situation. So we do got orders. We're just waiting on getting a new city flag, but we did just get the American flag and the US flag. We're just waiting on the city flag to come in.
So, okay, we got the state flag and the US flag. But part of the question too, the portion is, when I was instructed by Public Works, the city manager at the time was saying that the payment will belong to, so when it's time to purchase a new flag, actually finance told me that to purchase the new flag, EDC will purchase the flag. So do we purchase those flags using is it city general fund, or did that come from the EDC?
Mr. Jones?
Well, Mr. Jones, or if you have any.
My understanding.
No.
My understanding from my past experience is the city would cover those flags, and we would ask PD assistance in putting them up the pole.
Overall, I think that's an important priority when it comes to us being in local government in the city. We need to make sure our flags are taken care of, and when they're torn, they need to be changed immediately. And I think the veterans in the building, I mean, you're a veteran yourself, and I know we have some in the audience, and then Councilmember James, so I think that's very important when it comes to our country and our state, making sure our flags are taken care of. So thank you for that. knowing that it's in the city hands. Thank you, appreciate that.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you, President
Okay.
Davis. I don't see her. Is Brianna here for parliamentary? Nope. We will keep moving right along. Chris Poole? Okay. No. Okay. JJ, you up?
Testing 1, 2.
Loud and clear.
Good evening to the mayor, city council members, department heads, residents of the city, and friends of the community. You have a report. I have an analysis. It covers the months of March and April. I don't know if you have it with you, but I gave you 2 reports, one for March and April. Basically, from a financial standpoint, the city operating revenue is 4.9 million versus a budget of 4.5. That's total revenue now, which is a favorable variance of $380,000. From a standpoint of operating expenditures, total operating expenditures is $3,700,000 versus a budget of $4,800,000, which this again is a favorable variance, which gives you an overall total favorable variance of $1,400,000. This can be a little bit misleading when you look at the operations of public works. I did put a comment in there that the Crime Control Board did vote to commit crime control funds for the financing of the new police building. And I'm already working with, what's the name of that group? Performance? Right, we've already discussed financing, and what they're looking for is additional grant money, where we might can enlarge the facility from what our current financing will allow. So I'm working with him now on that. Okay, this is what's important here. Public Works. Public Works revenue for the total year through April is $879,000 versus a budget of $1,500,000. That's an unfavorable variance of $660,000. Reason for that is for the months of February, March, and April, there was no meter readings. And so what took place was a bill that went out were minimum bills. Some residents who didn't receive a bill came in and paid because they made the comment that, well, I don't want to get a big bill, so they paid some monies toward a bill that they did not receive. Currently, I've spoken with the billing company, and they're working with our current staff to come up with a solution. The solution is we need to have a good meter read. Supposedly, we had a good meter read this past month. They should be in the process of reading the meters at this time. Huh? Right, and what that's supposed to do is this. They had a good meter reading last month. That gives them a basis to come forward with the new meter reading, so they can come up with a good bill for the residents for this one period. And so I'm waiting on that to see if that takes place. Right now, I can't tell you if it takes place. The report I got for the month of April, they billed $600 and some thousand, which, as you all know, that's way too high for a current month. And that's what the system built out. So I couldn't take that at all, because what should take place is this current period, when their report comes out, it should have a real large adjustment on it, adjusting that $600,000 bill down to a reasonable amount. So I can't say anything right now until I see a report from the billing company. I think the auditor kind of touched on this when he said the receivables were very high in Public Works, and y'all kind of ask him, well, what's going on there? what's happening in Public Works is that the billing system, which we report revenue, is given a number that's really not right. Because the money coming in the bank don't equal what they're billing out. Now, we immediately did some reviews to see, well, is there some illegal action taking place? We don't deal in no cash here at the city. Everything is credit card or check. No cash is dealt with in the city. So no one in the city is taking cash money in the utility bill processing system. So we've kind of ruled out that, is there a problem with the handling of the money? So what we've more or less theorized is that it's the data going into the system, the billing system. It's just not correct. And so we're working on, we got training set up for our current administrative staff. Have it started yet, Carl? It's gonna start. That's the problem we had is that the current person we got didn't get any training at all as far as processing the meter reads that we get and send over to the billing company. So they need training, and that should take place starting this week, next week. So hopefully going forward that person or those persons are properly trained to provide the data to the billing system. What's happened? Garbage in, you get garbage out. I mean, just that simple, okay? It's just that simple. And it's not the fault of the billing company. It's, again, the information that they're receiving, because they didn't even bill us for a month because they didn't do any work. They didn't bill us. AVR did not bill us. Because they said, well, we didn't have anything to do because we didn't have any meter reads to put in our system. So, make a long story short, the city's out probably about $500,000 that we cannot recover. General fund, you say, okay, well, how are we paying the bills? General fund just gave Public Works $200,000 because Public Works did have a nice bank account of about $700,000. Now the bank account's got less than $100,000 in it. So if somebody came here tomorrow and say a pump went out and we have to spend $120,000, the money wouldn't be there. And so to take care of something like that, we'd have to move some money from general fund to cover that particular situation. Hopefully it doesn't happen, but that's where we are right now. Yes, ma'am.
What kind of data are they?
The meter reads. Just that simple.
Like I'm special.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I don't know nothing about no.
It's the meter. It's the meter reads.
Okay, but what I'm saying is, are we talking about them putting in numbers?
Mm-hmm.
What are they, that's what I'm asking.
Right, putting in numbers.
Okay,
That's
so
right.
they're putting in numbers.
Right.
Of what the meter has said.
First of all, some of the meters weren't read.
This fucking
Okay.
thing. I'm just worried me about this
You know,
one.
it's a litany of problems over the past 3 months. Now they're correcting it now.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So our people are not entering in the numbers correctly.
Well, from what I was told, they didn't even read the meters.
Mayor.
Okay.
Hold on a second, Councilmember Reed.
Yeah.
So that's why we're moving into the smart meters.
Right.
So we don't have to rely on individuals to read it. So that's gonna be in our
fine.
Maybe.
I wanna know what I wanna know.
Okay.
And I'm talking to you,
Go ahead,
JJ.
go ahead.
I wanna know what I wanna know.
Go ahead.
Is, I know, he keeps saying our people are entering in data wrong.
Well,
We need to find out why is it so difficult to
you're
enter
absolutely
in
right.
numbers?
I think it's a
You're absolutely
training
right.
problem.
And we've done the best we can to try to see what happened.
Okay.
But some of the meters weren't even read, Councilman Williams. That was another problem.
I know, cause mine wasn't.
Okay, they weren't read. And why they weren't read, I can't say. But during this period, that's what we're dealing with right now, okay? As people that are responsible for that no longer here.
But we
Okay.
gotta get a director of public works.
Well,
Mayor,
but we have an administrative person who's responsible for providing the meter reads to the building company.
I know, but we gotta have somebody going out there reading the meter too.
That's true
So
too.
therefore,
Well,
somebody
and
needs some
overseeing,
supervision.
overseeing those who read the meters
That's okay.
and making sure that they do what they are supposed to be doing. And
Councilmember Doucette.
I just wanted to, I mean, I know we're on the reports for finances, but smart meters is item number 16 to discuss about smart meters. So I didn't want us to get into the weeds about smart meters when it's already an agenda item. So I didn't want us to
you
get
know,
into that.
we gotta get a handle on where we are without smart
Don't
meters.
smart meters
Yes,
have to
sir.
be read too?
No, smart meters,
They
do the reading
give the
themselves.
numbers, yeah.
Automatic.
But what we're trying to do now, Councilman, is
The number.
they just did a reading, am I right, Carl?
Yes,
And it should be a
this
good
is the
one.
second go-around.
Right.
What we're trying to catch up on is 3 months where the meters wasn't read at all.
And they weren't
Right.
read.
So
Mine's wasn't.
our guys are out there right now trying to do the second round. Now, I'm not going to promise you that this one's going to be 100% accurate, because now we got to go back and try to tie in 3 months of no reads. Where me, for example, I got billed base rate for 3 months.
Right.
And now it's being read. I'm scared to see what my bill is going to be like on the next go-round, but it has to be what it has to be.
Well, what your bill should be is the amount of usage from the prior billing to this new billing. It's gonna be just that one billing. It's not gonna catch up. Yeah, you're right, because that money's lost. Because there's no way that they didn't have a basis to begin with, to start with. And so that money's lost. So right now,
Now, if council wants, we can go back. We're gonna have to go way back.
no, you can't go back.
Because at some previous time, when the last time the meter was read in, say, February, we can extrapolate for then, but to now.
Wait, Carl. Not from what they're telling me at the billing company. Well, okay, I know you don't, but I'm just saying.
If I may recommend any further discussion on this issue
I
be
agree.
referred to
Yeah,
executive
right.
session.
I agree.
We need to
I
move
agree.
on.
Thank you, JJ.
Thank you, Mr. Johnson.
Okay,
You have
but-
anything else?
Oh, I got one other thing. We're supposed to have a workshop tomorrow, budget workshop, dealing with the property tax rate. But I'm gonna have to ask that we reschedule because I'm still waiting on some data from the appraisal district to complete the, putting together the tax rates. So if we can schedule that meeting before the next council meeting next Monday. Is that okay?
5 p.m. next Monday works for everybody?
Does that, at 5 o'clock?
Next Monday.
5
Yeah,
p.m.
right,
next
but
Monday, right before the council
next
meeting.
council meeting.
Okay, we'll try it again.
Alrighty,
And primarily, we discuss the property tax rate, and then,
What date is that?
Monday.
that's Monday.
Our regular city council meeting.
10th.
Date.
Oh,
date,
the 10th.
date. I didn't say date.
10th,
The
sorry
10th,
about that.
The 10th, the 10th. And see, what y'all are doing that meeting is decide on the rate in the meeting, and then we'll vote on it once we go to the council. That's the rate that y'all are recommending. It's just a proposed rate.
So August 10th at 5.
Yeah, right. Is that okay?
Yeah, and that's a public hearing too, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just workshop. That's a
Okay,
workshop.
workshop,
That's a
okay.
workshop, budget workshop.
Workshop.
Okay.
Right.
Sounds
If
good.
that's okay, that's it.
Sounds good.
Any
Brooke, could you-
other questions?
August 10th, I mean, right?
Yes. And Mrs. Jeffrey, can you make sure that we have that proposed tax rate for the next agenda item as well for next week? Thank you, JJ. We will now move on to administration, Miss Brooke Jeffrey. Mrs. Brooke Jeffrey.
All right, good evening, Mayor, Council, and our residents. Since I have been in this position, which has been June 16th, and assessing some of the issues that we have when it comes to just general admin, two of our biggest pain points is our agenda submission process as well as our public information request process. When I got here, I don't want to say that there were not any systems, but there were not any systems. So it's very important that we create these processes, we streamline them, and that they are clear for residents, for ourselves, for both internal and external purposes. So council, here on these papers, I have curated a agenda submission process. This is to hold all of us accountable so that we are in compliance with the Texas Open Meetings Act. Here, I just have like the purpose, the guidelines, things of that sort. When I first got here, from my understanding, you guys were receiving agendas day of, day before, and truthfully, that's unacceptable. When we have city business, it's important that we have opportunities to process and require all important documents that's needed. So moving forward, effective immediately, all agenda items must be submitted no later than Monday at 5 p.m. during the week prior to the regular city council meeting. So for example, today at 5 p.m. should have been the day that all agenda items were submitted for our regular city council meeting scheduled for August 10th. I did send that correspondence last week on Friday, but hey, we needed to get through that week, okay? So we will give grace. So tomorrow, I will still accept agenda items up until 12 noon. That just gives accurate time for legal review, for Mr. Jones to review, to ensure that all items are on there and we are just in compliance. You know, I don't want to make any minor mistakes because I'm rushing, you know, trying to beat the deadline. And also when it comes to our processes for public information requests, that is like probably my number one pain point for the office. And what I don't want is for the city to be liable or have to face repercussions because we're out of compliance, because we're not responding to these requests. The mayor has graciously partnered with me in helping to cultivate this system with a platform that we use, Job Forms. It's very user-friendly, and it is also a great way to just kind of house all of this information in one house. It does all the things, so it makes it very, very easy for myself in the office and anybody else, any other department heads, things of that sort, who may need that information. So truthfully, when it comes to public information requests, it is a hassle because there is no real system. So if you're listening, please give us grace as we are trying to really curate this process, and once we have that completed, we will make sure that we streamline it to council and to our residents to ensure that those systems are efficient and complete. Are there any questions?
Great job.
Council, you have any questions for Ms. Jeffrey? Before you do, I just want to say I'm really excited about the public information rollout. That's something that, you know, Mrs. Jeffrey and as well as Special Counsel Ghetto has worked really hard on. And then I kind of came in with the job form and show how we can do it to make it a little bit better and more efficient. So looking forward to that. I think the residents are going to be happy, especially Ms. Herndon. I think you're going to be really happy about it when we roll it out. So it's something that we're really looking forward to. Hopefully we have the kinks worked out within the next week to 2 weeks so we can get into roll it out and show council. But thank you, Mrs. Jeffrey. Councilmember Manuel.
Yes. I had some agenda items that wasn't on the agenda. So can you tell me who taking them off?
I cannot tell you who takes them off or anything of that sort. I finalize the agenda and I post them just to ensure that we're in compliance with the Texas Open Meeting Act. So one thing I have constantly been trying to emphasize is that we streamline where those agenda requests go. They need to come to my email. I cannot account for any agenda items that has not come to bjeffrey@prairieview.texas.gov. I can be accountable for all agenda items that are there. So God forbid an agenda comes out and you don't see yours, you can always come back to me because this is where they are supposed to come. So if items have not been on there, I'm going to assume that they did not come to me directly, and this is why I really ask that we do them in writing and that we also do them in accordance with the time and deadline. So I do apologize just for any issues that you may have had with agenda items, but I can assure that moving forward, you should be able to see all of your items on there. And you and I have been working very well when it comes to email and having discussions to ensure that they'll be on your, the next agenda.
Well, yes, they was email directed to you, but they didn't make it on the agenda.
Well, I added them, so I apologize. I don't have any clarification for you regarding that.
Special Counsel Ghetto.
Thank you again, Ms. Jeffrey, for the effort that you've put into refurbishing those two systems, one related to the agendas and two related to the Public Information Act and public information requests. I wanted to comment on the updated policy regarding timing of submitting agenda items because there is a legal review required for agenda items. And if those agenda items are coming in too late, whether we have a deadline that's too late or we are missing the deadline, that creates a real challenge for legal review as well. So for example, if you have submitted an agenda item that we do not understand because of the way that it is written, that agenda item will need to be discussed with you so that it can be written in a way that is understandable. Secondly, if you submit an agenda item that is not legally cognizable for any reason, it conflicts with existing law, it purports to mimic existing law, anything like that, we also would want to discuss that agenda item with the council member who submitted it prior to it going on the agenda so they understand why it's not proper to be on an agenda. So I am not able to account for where your agenda items are either because by the time I get the agenda, it's being reviewed in a completed form. But I'm urging that we accept and comply with the update in the timing for submitting agenda items so that there is sufficient time for proper legal review. The second issue regarding public information requests, I implore you to install a city secretary. That city secretary would be the public information officer as recognized by the state of Texas and would assist with the process of facilitating the public information requests. The extended gap that the city has experienced by not having a public information officer in the form of a city secretary has created a significant challenge for this city. So again, Ms. Jeffrey asked for the community to give grace. I want to echo that grace aspect. But I'm also indicating that based on our knowledge and experience over these past several months, one addition to the process will be that our council members will be signing confidentiality agreements, acknowledging their understanding of their responsibility not to release information improperly that is confidential. And we'll talk further about updates to that policy at another meeting.
Thank you, Special Counsel Ghetto. Councilmember Manuel, your microphone.
Yes. Okay. Well, I have a problem with my computer because I had someone to email me items today, and it wasn't able to come through. But someone else, we gave another email, and it came right through. So it's some problems, issue with my laptop, and it's been going on.
Yeah, I'm
So-
willing to partner with you. One day when you come to office, we could definitely call Blue Iron together and use one of the spare laptops to see if we could rectify that situation. Ms. Reed came in with the same thing last week, and we were able to get it fixed. And I've also extended the same offer to Councilmember James, who I'm excited to work closely with to make sure that we're all streamlining our information with the same city-issued email ended in at prairieview.texas.gov. So,
And then also it'll throw up and say it is blocked.
okay, yeah, that's like an IT issue, and like I said, I'm more than happy to help partner with you, and we could call Blue Iron and get that fixed for you. That's important that you have access to that information.
And Mr. Jones and Mrs. Jeffrey, can we make sure, like, if they're having any IT laptop problems, any council, if we gotta order a new laptop or something like that, just make sure that we can get they have access to that information. I'll greatly appreciate it.
For sure. Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Jones.
Hello?
Hold
Hello?
on just a second, Councilmember James. Hold on just a second.
Okay.
Go ahead, Mr. Jones.
I was just going to say, if you're having a serious problem with your laptop, might have to fight with JJ a little bit, but we'll replace that thing if it's a constant pain. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Councilmember Williams.
Okay, I just wanted to suggest, to the council, to, the administration, as far as our agenda. And I think our first city council meeting needs to be for discussion. All agenda items need to be discussed, and then our second council meeting is for approval to make decisions. And I think that would be a whole lot easier for all of us, instead of us being all over the place. Because we need to, one, think of everybody else's time and that they got to put in for this. And so that's why I would suggest the very first council meeting is discussion items. So we can talk about them, and nobody can say when that, they didn't remember, they didn't, whatever. If the first meeting is about taking care of business, discussing those items that need to be discussed, then all we have to do the second meeting is vote. It won't have to be no extra, no nothing, and I think that's better for us as moving time and moving the meetings as well, because there's nowhere in the world we should have met tonight, Hempstead met tonight, Hempstead's out already, and we still here.
Well, that's up to council's
So I would just
pleasure.
like to, like I said, I just like to suggest that. If anybody else have another suggestion, but I was just trying to think of something that can help us move along, instead of us trying to discuss and approve all in the same night. If we just make all of those very important business things that we need to do part of the discussion, and then the second meeting, we vote on it.
Mayor.
I would also like to suggest that council incorporates more workshops before our actual scheduled meetings for those discussion purposes as well.
Yeah. Thank you for that, Councilmember Williams. Actually something that I'm actually interested more about. So something that we can definitely work on just to figure out a way to streamline the meeting. So thank you for that feedback. Something that we can definitely try to incorporate. Councilmember Doucette.
Hello?
Just a second. We're going to go to Councilmember Doucette. We got you next, Councilmember James.
Yes, I just wanted to echo that. I think we definitely could make our meetings more effective, including 5 o'clock workshop, get into the meeting at 6. Everything that we have on the agenda, we have already discussed, and we're able to take action in that same meeting. I do like the idea of having discussion meetings, but that will take up majority time of city business. So we have 2 meetings a month, and we discuss it in 1 week, and the next week we're approving. That will prolong development, that will prolong city resources, and that will prolong the success of our city. So I do agree that if council members start to agree to meet with our department heads, so we have our questions answered, whether that's meeting with chief ahead of time, if that's meeting with Public Works or Mr. Jones throughout the week, we could start to do those as well. Also effectively communicating, with certain individuals before the meeting, so that way when we get our packets, we're already aware too. So I think if we continue to do our part and being effective in the city, not just when it's time for a council meeting, but throughout the week as well, whether that's showing up to City Hall 1 time a week to handle everything you need to do, we get that done, and I think that will help us as well to get our meetings together and more effective.
Councilmember James.
Yeah, as the council knows and as the citizens know, I've been complaining many times as a legislator. I feel I've been violated because my agenda items that I submitted in time were not put on the agenda. I've had lots of agenda items strangely and mysteriously removed. So I welcomed any kind of way that our agenda items that we submit are put on the agenda and not removed unless it's for some type of legal reason that's legitimate. It should not be removed because someone is editorializing and does not want to and removes our agenda items because they have an agenda themselves. So I think that all city council members have the right, we're legislators, to submit our agenda items and have them on the agenda. And I do not want to see my agenda items removed anymore. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Councilmember James. Anything else, Mrs. Jeffrey? Oh, sorry, I didn't see your hand down here, Councilwoman.
No, maybe 2 weeks ago, I mentioned to Council Reed about maybe 1 or 2 council members help view the agenda item with you, Mayor Alexander, before they go on the agenda. Remember what I discussed maybe 2 weeks ago? Because most of the items be on there, they be mostly yours and not the council members. Before they go, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm cool with that. Yeah, my door is always open to meet with council members, especially about my agenda items. For those who don't know, Councilmember Reed probably knows I am a yapper, and I can yap on the phone. So I'm happy to meet with any council member about my agenda items to make sure that we can push forward. So thank you for that, Councilmember Manuel.
Not your agenda items, I'm talking about everybody's agenda item, because you mostly have the agenda items on there.
I mean, I don't
No,
know.
I said everybody.
You want to meet with me about everyone's agenda
No, I
items?
don't want
Are
to
you
meet with
saying
you.
that
I
you
was
would
just
like to
saying,
review the finalized version of the agenda?
maybe 1 or 2 council members,
On the agenda, to ensure that her items are on the agenda before it's posted.
but not just mine, I'm saying
I mean, I'll
everybody.
make sure everybody's agenda
Because when
items.
you look at it,
Because right now, we don't get to review, we don't get a view before it's posted.
I understand those concerns. According to our city ordinance, it is in the ordinance that like our mayor and city attorney review the finalized version. So that would be something that must need to be reviewed, considered amongst council. But I just work here, so.
Councilmember Williams.
I think, whatever our charter says is what we need to abide by, because too many people,
Yeah.
can get to be real
And
complicated.
you can find that
and
in
we don't
Article
need to be-
1.500.
Yeah, we don't need it to be any more complicated, and like, Councilman Doucette was saying, yeah, if we got a business that's gonna do a presentation, they're doing a presentation, that can be a discussion. The next time we meet, if we need to approve something, we can approve something. But all I'm saying is, when we have discussions about stuff, people become more informed, the residents become more informed, and I don't think all you're gonna do is skip a week, and then the next week you're having a meeting. So I don't think we will lose any kind of productivity or lose any kind of business if we do it that way. And but I think as a council, we will grow and we will understand, we will know what different things are asking, what different things want to happen, because we have that discussion piece versus trying to discuss and approve all at the same
Yeah,
time.
and I would also openly like to say, and this is also why I do try to get the agenda items out almost 6 days in advance, because if there's any questions about any agenda item, any documentation that is needed, my office is more than willing to help provide that information so that when we are coming together, that we're making best use of our time. So please do not hesitate to call me, text me, come visit me in the office. Like, it's actually my pleasure to be able to work up close with you when it comes to city business. So my door is open.
Thank you, Mrs. Jeffrey. And then also, too, our goal is to also try to get those agenda packets to you all at latest on Fridays as well. So as you all seen last Friday, I believe the Friday before last, we had those hand delivered to you all. So our goal is to kind of pick that back up and ensure that you all are receiving your items at least before the weekend, so you have the weekend to review those packets. Mr. Jones, you go ahead and give your report as well, since you have the microphone.
I had one question. I'm sorry. I had one more.
Hold on,
question
Mr. Jones, Mr. Councilmember Doucette.
For Attorney Aghetto, when it comes to the packets itself, right, the information that's in the packet that we see, the council itself, if I'm going to a county meeting or a county commissioners court meeting, and their agenda item packets I'm able to see online, like I'm able to see the content of their packet that they're going to be voting on, and I think obviously transparency is very important. And what's the legality when it comes to having information that's in the packet that's not personnel, obviously that's legal, for the community to see? I think that will stop a lot of the public records requests, because we're voting on things that they're not able to look at in advance. So overall, if we're discussing, for instance, if we're discussing the modular buildings, which is on the agenda today, the information regarding the modular buildings, like when it comes to the pricing or things that we're looking at to make that decision, is that information available to the public?
I love that. I do believe some things like packets and stuff we can have available, but that's also gonna come with the upgrading of our website and
Okay.
just the technology we have as a city,
Okay.
which we have really been trying to upgrade. Once we are able to actually upgrade the systems that we use, that will help us streamline more clear and effective information to our citizens that's easily accessible, because it puts a demand and a strain on our office, specifically general admin.
Okay, gotcha. Thank you.
We got some stuff down on the turnpike though to help with just that though. We had a meeting about it today, so stay tuned.
I guess, I think it's my turn, so I'll just, let me say, no agenda items from this office or the city secretary's office will be deleted. If we get it, it's going on the schedule. Now, when it goes through the screening process with legal or the mayor, that's where, if it's anything washed or scrubbed, that's where it'll be washed. Nothing. If you send us a agenda item, it's going on. And I'll just say, we did receive some from Mr. James today. They're going on the agenda item. If you can hear me, Mr. James. Okay, anyway. My report for tonight, I don't have a written report because everything I've been working on is still ongoing. Let me start with the meters. We are on the second go-round of the meters. Am I going out? Am I going out? Okay. There are 4 months, not 3, there are 4 months where there was no meter activity. If it was on the 4th month, it was sporadic. So we're having to build a whole database now. The utility clerk has stepped into the role has no experience prior to coming in. She's starting to do the training with AVR right now. I have my concerns, JJ and I talked about it, both our side and AVR, but I'm not throwing any blames. We're going to get this thing trained and get it done right. So I expect to start to see over the next month or so different in our residents' billing. Now, let me say about smart meters. Even if we started installing smart meters today, you're looking at 8 to 12 months to have any reliability on those things. So we got to straighten out what we have now. So just bear with us. The guys are out there. It takes about 4 days to do a complete meter read. That's with 4 people in the field, depending on weather. And we are staying on top of it. The leadership out in the field is keeping me updated on what's going on that. Like I said, the smart meters. My next step with smart meters is I need to verify that the current company that we have, Ferguson, is a member of the buy board. And I hope they are, because that will shorten the processing time. Once we verify that they're on the buy board and we work with the buy board, I'm going to bring this thing back to you guys again, so you'll see how much we're talking about in cost. What the buy board will do, for those not familiar with the buy board, maybe everybody is that eliminates the having to take the meters out for bid, because the companies on the buy board has already been certified by the state of Texas saying that these companies are legit and they are there for the city to do business with. I've used them before and had no issue with them. Okay. Public, Mr. Chris wasn't able to make it today, but let me tell you what's going on right now in public work. The tower is down right now. We finished emptying it today. The cleaning process, the liner process is started. They said 2 weeks. We're looking at probably 2 to 3 months. We are running on the on a new process. I'm not familiar with this electronics of what we're using right now. When we took it down 12 years ago, it was a whole different process to clean. I mean, the end results are the same, but we're running on a new technology now that's keeping the pressure up on the city system at 50 pounds right now. But I just want to let everybody know that the tower is down and the crew is here. Vika,
Vacuum.
yeah, him. Anyway, they are on the job. We're just hoping that this new system, I'm not discrediting this technology, it's new technology, it has worked. Jared said it's a good technology, and anybody that wants to see what the creature they have out there looks like, feel free to come by one day, and I'll take you a walk out there and let you see what's going on out there. And I'm gonna have to think about it, but I'm thinking about climbing the tower. I want to go over in there and see it.
No, sir.
On the city website.
The tower, I need to see what the line looks like myself, and that's 55 feet in the air. Oh, somebody's shaking their head, but anyway. So
Be called Geraldine.
I will have some more reports, hope by next time, because what I want to start doing, and the attorneys, I will pass out the paid invoices for the month, for the prior month of every bill paid. JJ puts it out in his report. It's a whole more detailed report. What I want to do is start giving a report to every council member of what invoice has been paid on the 30 days of that council meeting, so you can see what's going on in the city.
Very good.
Any questions?
Thank you, City Manager Jones. We appreciate your service. All right. We will now move on to the business items of our agenda. Agenda item number 1, discuss and approve city charter training with Attorney Zach for council and residents on September 19, 2026, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Councilmember Williams.
Yes, Attorney Zach will be here on September the 19th of 2026 from 10 to 12 p.m. And residents are invited, council is invited, administration is invited, whoever wants to come, and he's going to do an in-depth training on the charter. So it'll be September the 19th. We will be doing the robocall as well as putting out the flyers for him agreeing to come. So.
Just make the motion.
And we're gonna have a sign-in sheet, a sign-up sheet, rather, because we will be having it here. So we will be having a sign-up sheet for those who want to participate, who want to come to sign up.
That's good. And then can we, Ms. Jeffrey, can we get that job form curated? I'm gonna use your word, curated, so we can have that electronically and we can get that wherever you want to get that or send that out, Councilman Williams. We can get that for you.
So I would like to make the motion to approve for Attorney Zach to come to the city of Prairie View on September the 19th of 2026 from 10 to 12 p.m. to do the training on the city charter for the council, admin, and residents.
Second.
I second that. I second that.
Okay, thank you, Councilmember James. It's been seconded already, so you're good. It's been properly moved and seconded that Attorney Zach host a charter review training for council and residents on September 19th, 2026 from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. on Readiness Special Counsel Aghetto.
Thank you very much. I'm very excited about this charter workshop. Attorney Zach and I have worked together for several months on putting this presentation together. The question is, what is the significance of the sign-up sheet? Because this meeting is going to be noticed pursuant to the Texas Open Meetings Act.
We don't have to really do a sign-up sheet, but I just know that this room only holds 40.
And so are we thinking about accommodating food or anything that would require us to
we having food?
Have a head count?
We will be having, doing food, yes.
So sign up will be for food, a food
But,
sign up.
but otherwise, even if someone doesn't sign up, they would still be allowed into this meeting. Okay, Thank you, Councilwoman.
Councilmember
So
Manuel.
what is the purpose of the sign-in sheet?
Because originally, myself and Ms. Reed had thought that we needed a sign-in sheet because we have limited space. We don't want to get in trouble with the fire marshal because I think only 40-some people can be in here. But we're not going to turn away anybody, even if, I guess they have to go in the,
And the food.
in the,
If
in
we
the
have to
council
cater
room.
food, we need to know how much to prepare
Yeah,
for.
and we kind of wanted an exact number, so that we can let, Ms. Connor know.
So, and then what you gonna do with the sign-in sheet?
So the sign-in,
We're not gonna do the sign-in sheet, because we don't want nobody's feelings to be hurt, and I definitely don't. So we're not gonna have the sign-in sheet, so whoever comes, we're gonna make this work.
But it would be good to have some idea of who's coming.
Especially for
Because I
food.
don't want 40 people to show up and we only have food for 5.
We would never do that.
Okay. Any more unreadiness? Hearing none, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed?
Aye.
All those opposed have the same right. Motion passes unanimously. Agenda item number 2, discuss approve the lighting contract with CenterPoint to install lights on James Mews Parkway. Councilmember Williams.
Attorney, have we finished that? Yes.
So I'm going to say yes and, because the process that's laid out is that we sign an initial agreement authorizing the next step, essentially, which would include a bidding process for the city to find the appropriate contractors through, in compliance with state law, essentially. So yes, we were able to move forward with that first initial step, and expect tonight's vote would be authorizing the city manager to sign on behalf of the city.
Okay, and so, and CenterPoint themselves will be putting up the lights, right?
Yes.
Or they contractor, yeah, okay.
wait,
They are looking forward to this. They have, they're very excited about getting the lights on James Mews Parkway. I am very thankful to council for voting to increase the amount of lights from Business 290 to Orange Road, because it was definitely needed if you ever drive down James Mews Parkway at nighttime. So thanks to the council for approving the project, as well as increasing the lights to the appropriate lightage that CenterPoint had recommended.
Councilmember Manuel.
Yes, how many lights? Because it's not specified on here. I don't see a number on here.
44?
It's
Was it 40?
We approved it already.
Yes, pursuant to what was approved by this council, it's 43 lights.
Okay, yeah, 40.
But it's not on here.
We're
I don't see any numbers
Let the,
on here.
can we let the record show in the minutes that it's 43?
Ms. Jeffrey, can you just make sure that the record reflects 43 lights was agreed upon by this council? Thank you, Councilmember Reed. Councilmember Manuel, anything else?
No, not at this time.
Councilmember Doucette.
Okay, so I do know we did approve this. So what did we approve last time? We approved the 43 lights to start, right? And so right now it's been like a month and a half since we approved that. Can we start getting notified maybe of pressing things that we approved that needs to be on the agenda for the next meeting? Because I mean, we could have got these lights and the lights could have been installed by now from when we approved it the first time. So like,
Unfortunately, I think it was dealt with Mr. Kilpatrick.
okay, so the transition, so it's probably,
So
okay.
when he left, then it dropped, and then the person that was helping us from CenterPoint had to go out on unexpected leave, medical
Okay.
leave, so they had to give us another person. And so the only thing we needed to do was the contract, because we had already voted on the.
Because I know this is a good thing for the city, but I think we should like start to execute on things that's important immediately and not be waiting 2 months to get something approved that we've done. So because we could have lights and the lights would have been here right now. We had consistent communication. So I think we need to stay consistent with our partners, with our contractors, so we can get to these agreements on time.
Thank you, Councilmember Doucette. Special Counsel Aguero.
I value that very much, Councilman Doucette. Besides the 2 issues that Councilwoman Williams raised, the third issue is that in the time in between the times of this approval, we also had a new city manager come into place. So tonight, this is on the agenda to authorize your city manager to sign an agreement. Once again, I urge the city to strongly consider reducing the amount of turnover in the city, allow people to do their jobs without as much disruption that has been going on, allow those people to grow in those roles and do a great job in those roles without constant disruption.
Councilmember Williams.
Okay, so I make the motion to approve the lighting contract with CenterPoint to install the lights on James Muse Parkway. And, Ms. Jeffrey, would you just also note, that the contract will now be signed by, Mr. Jones?
Second.
It's been properly moved and seconded. Is there any unreadiness? My only unreadiness for this item is, I'm pretty sure we did, but we approved it, obviously. But a member of the county asked about this agenda item. So did we get clearance from the county before we did this, or?
No, because everything was done through CenterPoint, because, CenterPoint handled all of that.
Okay.
And, from what I understand, they didn't need any permission from the county.
Okay.
I mean, we're in the city. It's going in the city, or it's going in the city, correct?
Yeah, we definitely don't need permission from the county. I was just more so if the county was alerted that we were doing this.
Well, their county person is the one that hooked me up.
Yeah, I think it doesn't take anything to reach out to our county commissioner so that we getting more lights in the communities.
Okay, Councilmember May, I got you, JJ.
So on the bill, who's gonna pay the bill for the lights?
The city.
The city.
How much is gonna be?
I think it's 500 and,
3,000 a month for one light? One light? Oh.
But we approved this already too, so.
Yeah.
3,000 a month.
Okay, yeah, it's already been approved.
So is it in writing? Would it need to be in writing?
Call for question.
Questions called. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed have the same right. Motion passes.
One caveat on that. There is no light right at the corner of James Muse and Old 29. Can y'all at least try to get them to start the light right at that?
Started right there. Jay, start the project there.
Mr. Jones, can you ask them, can they place that light there?
At the corner, please.
All right, thank you, JJ. We will now move on to agenda.
Excuse me, I will make in a report, when I get the final location of all the lights, I'll make a report to council just to let council know what the plans are, where CenterPoint will space these lights, because those lights are based on, have to be a certain feet apart from corner to corner.
Yes,
And what you're saying on this, James Muse should be lit up more, because from 290 to the entrance of the campus is only 38 lights. So you're going to put 40-something, so it give you a little more lighting.
3 lights.
Thank you, Mr. Jones. Agenda item number 3, discussion on the state of the city address. This is one of my items. I just wanted to bring it before council and just really basically just state that it is my intention to do a state in the city address. Just really kind of begin that discussion. If y'all have a comment on it, y'all can now. I was going to bring it back next agenda item next week as well to really kind of solidify a date. But I was really just wanted us to begin that conversation, just to begin talking about the state of our city. It's going to be a time where we invite our residents, all of our city staff, and really just talk about the plans and things that we have ahead for the city. So, any discussion? Councilmember Manuel.
You said what? With the address?
The state of the city address.
And explain that.
So, have you ever seen the State of the Union?
Yes.
Okay, so basically it's something similar. So basically, it's an address. So basically, where I'll come and speak to the council, the residents, just about what's basically where we are as a city. The city manager will also be there. Basically where we are as a city, the challenges that we face as a city, what's going to take for us to move just things like that. It's just giving basically a progress report of where we are as a city. My goal is to begin doing this annually to give the residents a report card of where we are as a city.
Mayor,
Councilmember Doucette.
I would just like to recommend, while we're on this agenda item, to have the council members be able to report out, maybe if it's a max for 5 minutes for each council member to come in. Also give a report of what they've been doing within their position and their work as well as a council member.
Thank you, Councilmember Doucette, for that feedback. Any other discussion? Sounds good. I'll bring this back on the agenda for next week for us to take action and just kind of work to set a date to see what that looks like. Agenda item number 4, discuss, consider, and take possible action on removing Councilmember Mike James from the Parks and Recreational Board. So council, I did provide you a letter that was from the Parks and Rec Committee requesting his removal. And so that's basically where we are here. This came at the request of the Parks and Recreational Board. If you guys were not aware, they did take an action to remove him as the chair at the most previous meeting, and that letter came. So this is where we are for agenda item number 4. Council, what's your pleasure?
Well, you can go first.
Councilmember Reed.
I was at the last Parks and Rec meeting. I do not recall this being discussed. I know they voted for new officers. They discussed 7 versus 8 board members. And if they, in fact, wrote a letter, we did not individually receive the letter.
It's in your box. Oh, it's in your box.
It's in my box.
Yeah, the letter's in your box.
Y'all sent a letter?
Yeah, the letter was in your box.
No, I didn't get a letter in my box.
It's one full one, but yeah, ooh, my bad. But the letters was placed in everyone's box last Monday, so we should have had it prepared for the meeting last Monday. It's one letter. It's one letter.
Oh.
It's one letter.
Golly.
Yeah, it's 2 different letters, but it's stapled, so it's like one together. Councilmember Williams.
I will say that if the Park and Rec Board removed Mr. Mike James as the president or what have you, I still believe that he has some accountability, but I do believe that he can stay on the board. He doesn't have to, they took him out of that position, and I think that's good enough, but I think he really cares about that board. He cares about what's going to go on as far as the parks are concerned, so I still think he needs to stay on that board.
Mayor,
Councilmember Doucette.
I do think it's important that we do obviously acknowledge the other members and, their grievances when it comes to the situation. But I completely agree that I think Councilmember James should remain on the Parks and Rec board. Number one, the simple reason of each council member serving on a board for, just to be a part and reply to back to the council. But also I think we can give Councilmember James the opportunity to still serve on the board without serving in a role as chair, which has the power, to lead the meeting. And so I think allowing him the opportunity to continue to work effectively. Before I became a council member, I was able to watch some videos of Councilmember James being quite productive in those meetings when it comes to moving the business forward. And so I would agree that, just to echo Councilwoman Wendy Williams' statement as well.
Councilmember Manuel.
I think he needs to stay in the position that he in, because he's doing a great job and he work hard for the citizen. And that's who voted for us, the citizens. So we working for the citizen. He's doing a great job, and he should stay in his position.
Councilmember Reed.
I agree he should stay on the board. However, on last meeting, they revoted new officers. And Mr. James was not in attendance at that meeting. So therefore, the position is no longer available.
Yes,
Councilmember Williams.
Mayor, I moved that to make a motion for Mr. James to stay on the board as a board member in his capacity.
We could just take no action. Well, we can just take no action on item 4.
Yeah, no actions be taken.
Yeah. So we don't have to vote. I think we could just take no action on item 4.
Yes, no action.
I ain't gonna understand Mike y'all's vote.
Counselor, what's your pleasure on agenda item number 4? It seems like we have a
Mayor-
consensus
Mayor.
that, Councilmember Doucette.
I move that we take no action on agenda item number 4, and Councilmember James will remain on the Parks and Rec Board as a regular member. So, I move that we take no action on item number 4.
You understand that, Mike?
I moved that.
Wait, there's a
I couldn't
motion.
hear
There's
what
a,
was said.
there's a motion on the floor.
I don't think it was seconded.
Oh,
Well, I'm not
So-
seconding me to be removed. I'm seconding Wendy Williams' motion to keep me on the board.
Special Counsel Ghetto, you had something? Oh, okay.
I just want to add a couple of something. So I definitely will respect the will of the council and y'all's decision. I also want to ask that this letter, Mrs. Jeffrey, be put in the record and a part of the minutes as well that I provided to council, so the residents have an opportunity to review the letter that was sent on behalf of the Parks and Rec Board. And I also just want to point out that that it's concerns about him and his membership and the fact that he is a council member feeling like that he can override the will of the committee. And that's basically what the letter states. And so I will, of course, obviously it's the decision of the council, but I just ask that the letter be put into the public record, part of the minutes, so the residents have an opportunity to review what was put in there by the board in which that serves them.
I'm sorry, Mayor. Yeah, I completely agree that it should go to the record, but I think that's what happens when we should do with all of the other agenda items too. And so, specifically when it comes to letters and things that get passed to the podium, those should all be agenda items and go to the public as well to create transparency. And so that's just my take on that. And I mean, the Parks and Rec Board took action within Parks and Rec by removing him as chair. He should continue to be just serving as a member. So do we just take no action on this agenda item, or should we vote to take no action?
Normally, you all also vote to table an item, so it would be appropriate here that you choose to take no action, and that you all vote to take no action.
Mayor,
Councilmember Doucette.
I move that we take no action on agenda item number 4, discuss, consider, and take action, which is removing Councilmember James from the Parks and Rec.
No, I haven't.
Motion dies for lack of a second. Councilmember Manuel.
I mean, think Mike should still keep his position.
So, Mayor, so
I mean, the people that voted, why they
I'm
don't?
sorry.
Councilmember Williams.
I move to keep Councilman Mike James on the Park and Rec Board in his elected capacity, which is not the president. He's just gonna continue to be on the board. Is that okay with you, Mike?
I second that. I second that.
We could have clarified that to him after.
Mike, so you don't want to be the president?
So the consensus of the council right now is currently that we let the board take action within the board. The board have already taken action, and we cannot override the board's action. The board has already voted to remove him as the chair, and so we only can continue to let him serve on the committee. We're all in favor of letting him serve on the committee. There's a call for question.
Hold on quick. I got lost. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I got lost. Councilwoman Williams made the motion. Was there a second?
Councilmember James.
Councilmember James seconded the motion. Is there any unreadiness? Hearing none. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed has the same. All those opposed has the same right. Motion passes. Councilmember James remains on the board as a regular board member.
Yes.
Agenda item number 5, discuss, consider, and take possible action on approving the interlocal agreement between Waller County and the city of Prairie View for roadway improvements, with the city's contribution not to exceed $381,000. Mayor Alexander, so basically, council, myself and Commissioner Jones have been working on the improvement of 4 streets. You all saw the interlocal agreements that was in your packet on last week, but the county's investment, I believe, is somewhere touching $20 million for the construction of these roads, and so our contribution will not exceed $381,000. And so Councilmember Doucette was able to go to Commissioner's Court when this was passed. At Commissioner's Court, I'll pass over to him if he had anything else to add before I ask for your pleasure. So Councilmember Doucette.
I just think it's important that we continue to work in partnership with our colleagues on the County Commissioner's Court to continue to move our city forward. And I'm glad that the county was able to work with us in an agreement, and I'm excited to hopefully that the council will pass this so we can get our roads fixed up in the city of Prairie View.
Council, what's your pleasure on agenda item number 5? JJ. Yes.
I have some unreadiness.
Okay, yes, sir. Just a second, Councilmember James.
In this agreement, this not to exceed $381,000, what is the city paying for?
Can you repeat that?
Do we have the physical agreement?
It was
printed out and in our package.
Yeah, it was in our packets for last week. So the city.
My question is this just a part of the street construction, or are we paying for some construction that they want us to do, like put a sidewalk in?
So, for example, I know for Richards Road, we will be paying for the construction of the sidewalk. And then I know for the other 3 roads, basically, we're just paying basically a part of a set fee for those roads.
And then on Richards Road, the sidewalk, it's a sidewalk going from old 290 to new 290.
So at the current moment, I did ask that question on the call with Commissioner. At the current moment, that has not been decided, but our engineer, Jared, and Ross, the county engineer, is going to get together with the design and figure that out.
I only mention that because those students are not gonna walk
Yes, sir.
in that apartment complex on that sidewalk. If you're gonna put a sidewalk from old 290 to new 290, it's gonna be there, weeds gonna grow because they're not gonna use it. Now, if you put a sidewalk from Panther Hill back to the
Gas station.
old 290, yeah. But what I'm saying is, there needs to be some understanding on that, because we put money in there, and we want the best use of it.
Absolutely.
That's all I'm saying.
Absolutely. I'll make sure, I did point that out to Jared, because I know me and you had that conversation, so I'll make sure that Ross, the county engineer, when they go through the final designs, we get that answered. Councilmember Williams.
Yeah, so JJ, I agree with you, but I think we would need to at least do the sidewalk from this side of the overpass, just past Panther Hill, to go from Panther Hill back to Business 290. That's what I'm saying, because they do run and exercise. Okay, so that, I agree with you. That's as far as the sidewalk needs to go. It don't need to go over the overpass.
Correct. Yeah, I agree with that.
I have some unreadiness.
Okay, Councilmember James. Y'all mind if I go to him? Good, Councilmember James.
Yes, I was under the understanding that this was agreed, that there was an agreement between the city of Prairie View and I believe Kendrick Jones and the commissioner to pay for the streets, Fugler, all these streets, and they were supposed to be giving us money, and we weren't supposed to be giving them any money.
I would like to see that deal. I know the county's not giving us that deal. You know, it was hard for us to get this deal. So then the county's not giving us no 4 free streets, Councilmember.
Okay, well, there was some sort of agreement that because of a bond that the commissioner had agreed to pay for some roads.
Got you. So I can tell you that the reason why we have to pay so little is because of that Waller County bond. So if you missed it earlier, Waller County is putting up around $20 million for this interlocal agreement. The max that we have to put up is about $381,000. So the bulk of the monies for that will be coming from that Waller County bond.
Okay. I just want to make sure.
Yes, sir. Thank you for the due diligence. That was a good question. Councilmember, I'm not for sure. Councilmember Reed.
So I just want to know, how long was the bond granted, and are we tracking the money that's spent from this bond? Do we have can you give me an audit sheet on September 5th, 2020?
Are we referring to the Waller County bond?
I'm trying to, the bond that we had, that was 8 million, right?
The county bond. What we're talking about is the county bond right now.
How much was the county bond originally?
Yeah. Yeah, that's the
Oh,
county
this
bond.
doesn't have-
Yeah,
okay,
I was
okay.
confused. I was like, yeah, this is that was the county bond.
Okay.
Yeah, county bond.
But where are we gonna get our 380 from?
From you.
We got about 900,000 sitting in our bond,
Our bond money.
our bond. We're gonna use some of that bond money to cover this match.
So our city bond, when awarded, was how much?
$1 million.
Was 1 million. And how much?
We got about 900,000 left.
Okay, and now we're finished spending 3.
Again, that's how we're using little money to get big money.
Okay.
My favorite saying. Councilmember Manuel, then Reed. Councilmember Manuel, then Williams. Yes, she asked your question? Councilmember Williams.
I move to approve the interlocal agreement between Waller County and the city of Prairie View for the roadway improvements with the city's contribution not to exceed $380,000.
Second.
Second it.
Can we get 381,000?
I'm sorry, $381,000.
Second.
Second that.
It's been properly moved in second that we approve the interlocal agreement with Waller County for the city's contribution not to exceed 381,000. Is there any unreadiness? Hearing none, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed have the same right. Motion passes unanimously. Agenda item number 6, discuss and take action on improving $7,000 for economic development search firm for the executive director. So this is really should be from economic development. Obviously, that if it's above a certain amount, we have to approve it. So this is really coming from EDC's funds, not the city. I just want to make that point reflected. But council, what's your pleasure on agenda item number 6? If y'all want to hear from Bruce, we can do that as well.
Yes.
Councilmember Williams.
I move to approve the $7,000 for the economic development search firm for the executive director for EDC.
Second.
It's been properly moved and seconded. Is there any unreadiness? Councilmember Reed.
Okay, can we make sure the records show that this money is for EDC only and will not be coming out of our budget?
Yes, we will make sure that the minutes reflect that EDC. Councilmember Emanuel.
So, what you supposed to be spending the money, the 7,000 on?
The search firm for the executive director for the EDC.
Yes, sir, go ahead.
What they,
I have some unreadiness.
We're
Yeah,
still
because they
on
already
readiness,
paid-
Councilmember, just a second, okay?
Okay.
they already paid, well, they have application that's already, where they
Right.
paid.
We've paid no one for any, well, I'll take that back. Someone paid Indeed to get that requisitions posted on Indeed. The city did that, I believe.
So the 60 that you have came off of Indeed.
It came off with, well, 3 sources: Indeed, TML that I believe was free, and then just people handing them to various, us and my predecessors and all that. So those are the 3 sources.
And none of those have been vetted yet.
Yes, what I'm looking for is appropriate compliance with HR, municipal requirements, confidence that we are doing things the right way as we go forward. Because it was like a bucket of resumes, and that's want to bring it into compliance.
Councilmember James.
Yes, we, a while back, employed the Dean's Professional Service to do a search for us. And is $7,000 excessive? Can we get a search firm for less than $7,000? Have we explored that? You know, because we use Dean's Professional Services, and we really didn't get too much of a bang for a buck using them. So do we need to spend $7,000? Can we lessen that amount? Does it have to be $7,000?
Yeah, it
Well-
does.
So let me address that. There's the full service from beginning to end from this particular firm that I spoke with other cities. They're very reputable, and they are made up of former municipal employees. The rates are good, and it was really 14,000. So I spoke with them to like not do that front piece because we already have resumes. I don't want anyone to on our behalf to go out there and beat the bushes to try to get resumes. We have plenty of resumes.
So you negotiated
So
and got 7,000.
I negotiated to just get half of that, which was just to bring it from the ones we have, review them for compliance, review the requisition, and make sure that, or actually scrutinize what we have and give us like our top 8. And then it will also help us through the rest of the process, do some background investigations. There's a scope of work that includes other things. But yeah, I'm hearing from other people that's a really good rate.
Okay, another question here.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Have you exhausted all the other avenues like the TML or other places to find these executive directors?
I am back in school. It's 8:30.
Oh, yes. Well, TML, we posted on TML, Indeed, and just from individuals. So we have gotten it from those sources.
Okay.
Call for question.
Question is called. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed have the same right. Motion passes unanimously. Let the record reflect that Councilmember Manuel was not on the podium during that vote. So where we at? Agenda item number 7, discuss, consider, and take possible action on improving athletic marketing sponsorship package with the Prairie View Economic Development Corporation, an amount not to exceed $20,000. This also too is planned to come from the EDC, not the city of Prairie View.
Can we table this? And the only reason I ask can we table this is until the EDC committee gets something. Have y'all gotten something?
Yeah, that's the appropriate thing, I believe, to table it because we haven't gone through the options yet. We got something back from University Athletics, and we'll be looking at it at our next meeting on Thursday. And then after that, we'll bounce it back to you for approval, if necessary, because, maybe we already have it in our advertising budget, and we might be able to cover it already. So if it's not in the budget, it's above a certain level, we'll get it back to council.
Sounds good, thank you.
Is there a deadline on the deadline on when this has to be purchased, for instance, from the university? Like, are we pressing a deadline that if we don't prove it soon, we won't have it at all?
Because I did hear August 1st. Well, obviously, we're past August 1st, so.
We're past August 1st. The gentleman from the athletics is expected to be at our meeting.
Okay, great.
There are certain large dollar expenses that probably are not going to happen that we were trying to rush for, but the smaller things are still available. And that's where we are now.
Anything we're gonna lose because he's the one that's supposed to be giving us the
package.
He's the one, and he's coming here, there's a risk in anything, someone can, Apple can come in and say, hey, we want to buy up all your advertising space, but we there's a risk in any of that, but I don't think that's where we are right now.
Thanks. Thank you. And then number 8, discuss, council, anything else for that one? Okay. Number 8 is discuss, consider, and take possible action on improving and invest Houston marketing partnership up to $15,000 with the Prairie View Economic Development Corporation. So basically, council, I provided you all these booklets. So basically, this was started under the previous administration. Former Mayor Ron Leverett started it. He interviewed for it. When I came into office, I was doing interviews. And basically, it's the booklets right here. I believe Councilmember Doucette has his down there. But basically, every city across the every major city metroplex across the nation, they have a book. Can you pass me that book, Councilmember? Basically, they have Like this says Invest Houston, for example, right? So basically, every metro across the area, all those metro cities are invited to participate in this booklet for that. So basically, it's a good way for people like companies and all that to kind of see what you're doing in that city. They're requesting 6 interviews from the people from City of Prairie View. And so we obviously, Mr. Jones, I've already did my interview, but they want to speak to the city manager. You know, they're going to, the EDC director, but just ways for people to come potentially invest in our community. And so basically that's what that is. They reached out to me about a couple of weeks ago. And so that's just kind of where we are. But it's a really great opportunity for our cities to get some recognition. I believe the conference is in November. They're really excited to have Waller County involved. I know the Waller County EDC is a part of it this year. So this is the first time that Waller County gets to be involved. And so they brought this opportunity to Mayor Leverett, and I think it's something that, you know, this council should consider. You can talk.
Okay, I'll add that EDC has not seen this yet. This is just for consideration, so we'll have to get it on our next opportunity. We also, in discussing this with JJ, you know, there's a limit to how much we can spend on advertising a year. That's 10% of our revenue. And for us, that translates to about $22,000 or $23,000. So we have to be, we just have to watch that and make sure that we're complying. Now, maybe there's other categories this can go into, but that's just something we'll have to be watching.
Absolutely, yeah.
Mayor?
Definitely that point. I mean, if it can come from the EDC, cool. If it needs to come from the city, something that we can look into as well. I just think it's an opportunity for us to be a part of a larger network of trying to get businesses. And I can actually make sure you get this as well. Okay. I'm not for sure if you want to take that right now. Councilmember Doucette.
Oh, I was going to ask, can we table this one?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we can table it. Absolutely.
I move that we table this.
It's been is there a second?
Second.
It's been probably moved and seconded that we table this item. Is there any readiness? All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed have the same right. Motion tabled. Agenda item number 8 is tabled. Item number 9, discuss, consider, and take possible action on approving a memorandum of understanding between the City of Prairie View and the PVEDC for the temporary modular facilities. Bruce, you might as well come back. You might as well stay up here. So basically, myself and the EDC president have been able to be in the communication. I provided you guys an MOU last week. But basically, the conversation that me and him had been in the discussion was about is basically EDC will basically cut the cost of the facility and the facilities, installations, and things to that effect, while the city will cut the cost of like the technology, utilities, and basically making sure that it's functional and operational. Basically, that's the agreement that we discussed. If we decided to go with the bigger option, and so the city would be on the hook of paying, I believe, was that $950 a month, additional a month? Bruce, but I'll turn it over to you
Okay.
to give the update to council.
So if you look at the options, you know, one of the options is do nothing, and that's what we're doing now. There's a smaller modular, it's basically a double wide trailer. And when we looked at what the city was initially trying to do, we already had approved in our budget to have a rental facility somewhere, somehow. And we were leaning towards a modular building. So in looking at this, the majority of the costs could and should be shouldered by the EDC. So that's what I did. When you look at your option 2 in your package, if you have those in front of you. Option 3 gets us a little bit bigger facility, and it gets us the ability to take we have some things in storage right now in Waller, and it'll give us a chance to get those things out of storage and put it into a facility with us.
What y'all vote on?
We voted on option 3. We voted on option 3, which is the larger facility.
Okay.
Now, of course, we're not, for the EDC, our costs are the same. It would be the city paying for the additional space because the EDC's needs are completely met by option 2. So that's what we're offering.
So when is the smallest, 2 is the middle, and 3 is the largest?
No, 1 is do nothing.
Oh.
Yeah, 1 is just meet random places like we are right now. 2 is the double wide. 3 is essentially a triple wide.
Mayor, oh, sorry.
Is this something y'all gonna keep?
Oh, no, it's a lease. Okay, so
long
thank you
is the
for,
lease?
how long? This contract shows 13 months.
Yeah, 14,
However,
13, yeah.
it could be, in discussing with them, I'm thinking it could be maybe 18 months.
Yeah, she said we can extend it just depending on our
Yeah,
needs.
and and we want it to end because at some point, there's gonna be a police station, there's gonna be space opening up here, and then there's other options that we can do after this. But it is to tie
I
this
have a
over.
question.
Hold on
Yes.
a second, Councilmember
Oh, sorry.
James, just a second.
Yeah,
Councilmember Reed.
So is the police station gonna be built with some dedicated EDC space? Or is it only gonna be built for them? Because we're gonna be tight.
It's only built for them.
it's,
So it's
it's,
gonna be tight then.
yeah, it's only built for them, and we haven't been part of the discussions of what happens with this afterwards. So we need to have the discussions. Either we can go into a new facility somewhere else, either we, work with alumni on that building, maybe that's something.
But this
But-
building is designed to be added to, right?
What, the lease?
The police?
You talking about
No,
police?
what are we talking about, the police station?
I'm sorry, what building you talking about?
JJ, this building
Oh,
was built to
Oh,
be added
this
to
building.
on this side.
It'll be designed for additional too. Bruce, where y'all gonna place those modular buildings?
We can,
In the parking lot?
Yeah, we haven't decided yet, just yet.
Well, the parking lot has the connections, that's why I asked.
Yeah, they do.
That's one of the options, but we haven't.
Well, that's
That's
the,
the next step.
okay, I'm just saying. Yeah, right, okay.
Mayor,
Councilmember Doucette.
I move that we take action on approving a memorandum of understanding between the City of Prairie View and the Prairie View Economic Development Corporation, EDC, for temporary modular facilities.
Is it properly moved?
I have a couple questions.
Councilmember Doucette, what's your name? Councilmember James.
Okay, first of all, how much is all this gonna cost?
This is, okay.
Okay, I can,
Can we explain, sorry, may I? Can
Go
we
ahead if you have it.
The information is in the packet that was given to us last week, and we need to run an effective meeting, and this is an MOU, and also the EDC is paying for majority of this, paying the majority of this cost, and it's already in the EDC budget. So we're approving and working on to adding space for our city staff to have a space to work in for more effective government. So I think we should vote on move forward on this MOU signing. We have the information in front of us.
Councilmember Williams.
How much does this cost?
I don't think he
Please
has
tell
it.
them how much it costs.
Okay, for option 3, EDC will pay $20,000 installation. The city will pay nothing for installation. Monthly, the EDC will pay $2,041 for rent, and the city will pay $1,700 for rent.
1,700 for, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so how do y'all depict who gonna have this space? Cause this is a triple wide, right?
Triple wide, yeah, so
So it got how many bedrooms?
Bedroom 6.
it'll have 3
Offices.
offices.
It was
3
6 offices.
Okay, now, let me say this. This can be configured however we want. But right now, we're envisioning 3 offices for the EDC, 3 offices for the city, and we will put some place in there for us to have our storage that's currently in Waller.
EDC gonna be.
I'd
out
like
there.
to say something too.
Administration is gonna be out there. Mr. Jones, who's gonna be out there?
It'll be to our incoming city manager to basically choose where the department heads.
There's
are,
the 8
right?
weeks installation period, so it's not like this is happening like
So
right
it's just
now.
approving the MOU.
I have a question.
Just a second, Councilmember James.
Huh?
Just a second. We're clearing the queue real quick. Councilmember Williams, you good? Councilmember Reed.
Okay, I would like to see the memorandum of understanding drawn up
It is. It was in our packet last week.
with some more particulars. So amend that, the one that we received, to put a few more details in it, and then come back and vote on it.
Right.
And put like the option 3 in it?
Yeah,
as the-
just
with
a
the-
little bit more meat.
Well,
And I'd like to say something too.
Okay.
Councilmember James.
Okay, where the police are at right now, when we build the police station, I believe that'll be another year, we'll have all kinds of empty spaces in the back that can be utilized for all kind of stuff.
So,
yeah,
Is that
it
not
will-
true or not?
It's
Are we gonna
true.
use those office spaces when the police leave? What will those offices, are they gonna be vacant? Or can we utilize those facilities when the police leave?
Yeah, so that's a good question, Councilmember. We're in the early discussion with Performance Services about that. So basically, they've already began showing us what that space will look like from like a redesign in aspect. They want to workshop that with us, with city manager and council, so we can decide. That has not been decided what we want to do with that space after we build the police station. So that we're going to put a pin in that because that's still to be decided.
Mayor.
I believe that those would be great facilities for any other city, organization.
Absolutely. I definitely believe we have additional space that we can use once we build the police station. But I think right now the item before the council is what we're going to do right now because EDC and the EDC doesn't have space, and we also maxed out of City Hall.
I just think it would be duplicating services, and I think it would be not a wise use of money if we're going to have spaces opened up.
Okay, I see what you mean, Councilmember. I think there's a disconnect because this is only while we're building the police station. So once the police station is built, we will no longer have this facility.
The facility goes away.
Yeah, this facility goes away. So this is only we're not buying the building. This is only a lease of the building for 13 to 2 months, to 13 months to 2 years.
A year and a half.
Yeah, a year and a half.
Mayor.
Councilmember Doucette.
So,
I was under the impression that the city didn't have to pay any money rent, Bruce. You just mentioned the city going to pay $1,700 a month.
There's 3 options. One was minimal rent, one was more. The minimal rent was option 2. The one that has more to get cities more spaces, that's option 3. That's the one the EDC voted yes on. Now, it's up for the city to determine if there's a number that makes sense for your financials.
Okay.
So
I've done the budget and the 1,700 wasn't in there. So now, you gave me what?
Mayor.
Councilmember Doucette.
I think this just goes back to the show the effectiveness of our meetings. We talked about it briefly, maybe 30 minutes ago, because we've been here for about 30 minutes after that conversation. It's kind of frustrating because this information, I know EDC maybe met 2 weeks ago. They've been meeting about it for a while, and I'm sure you had the same brief discussion throughout the board for hours and hours of conversation about which option would be best for the EDC. EDC now has the money to pay for the building, and they're coming to an agreement because the city also needs space, because I know we was trying to get one individually for the city, but this just goes to show like these questions should have been asked before it got to our agenda. And so now now it's kind of frustrating that if Mr. JJ didn't have the pricing in advance, that's frustrating when it comes to us having the information in front of us. We're here to just approve the agenda item that EDC is coming to ask for us, and it's costing the city, no, it's costing the city for installation $0, and the city,
That's correct.
and okay, we got that. So is there any way that we could still, it's obviously look like we're probably not going to vote on it because there's no confidence around this right now. That's what it looks like. But overall, can we figure out ways to get the city staff and admin more space so that way they could, is this something that is a hindrance into going into our budget? If we don't, I mean, so if we don't got the money, we don't have the staff and the space to run an effective government. And so it gets to the point of what are our priorities and what are we going to approve? I mean, this is space that we've been talking about for 2.5 months. And so we're about to table it and move forward on it again, and it's gonna come back to council because again, we're not meeting effectively about these important items to make our city move forward.
When was this on the agenda? The last meeting that we didn't have?
Yeah.
Right.
It's been on the last 3 agendas, I think, yeah. And I know my first agenda, I put it on here. We sent it back to the EDC, and the EDC's been conversing about it. I put it on another agenda. I table just for discussion, and it was on the last week's agenda for us to move forward on. So we've been on, this is at least the 3rd or 4th time but we done seen it as a council.
And so I do have a question, Ms. Attorney Aguero. So one of the recommendations from Councilwoman Reed was to add an amendment to the MOU to just talk about which option we want to include in there. So can it just have language about option 3? If we were to vote on it, can we make an amendment to the language of the drafted MOU and just include option 3? Is that a small fix that we can just get done tonight?
Meaning you're saying you would want to vote tonight
To approve it.
contingent on the addition of that clause?
Yes.
That is appropriate as long as it's a clause that, the content of that clause is approved by ADC while we stand here tonight. It can be drafted and added before the document is signed. It wouldn't get drafted tonight, but you would approve it tonight with that contingency, and it would be ready for signature.
Well, can I ask a question?
I don't know if they're gonna talk about. I don't think it's on.
Then we don't have no office space.
Well, the city does have costs with that, and it's a lower rent, and it is $800 a month.
That's what wasn't communicated when you first brought this up in the last meeting, that the city would only have to pay utility costs.
I have another question.
That's because it never came up.
Okay. So, okay.
Councilmember Reed.
Okay, so considering the amount of discussion that we have had tonight, it's clearly we don't have a clear understanding. So there's no way we can vote on a memorandum of understanding tonight. So I suggest we table this once again.
Okay.
I second that.
It's been properly moved and seconded that we table the modular buildings. Is there any unreadiness? All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed have the same right?
Nay.
Motion passes 4-1. Council, if there's anything that y'all would like to see in the MOU, can y'all please email it to me with Mr. Davis, so we can make sure that when it comes up next week, that we have all the information for you all.
We just want exact.
I think the most important thing now is JJ over there, his jaw's getting tight. And so I think the most important thing now is not so much what we want in this MOU, where we gonna find the money at to pay for it. Let's let you find the money if you can to work on.
And I completely, Mayor, yeah, I completely respect that. Obviously, we need to make sure that our city is not going into the deficit. And I'm sure my question is also too, just the way we work around here. So if we were to approve this tonight and it got approved, that means, Mr. JJ, you have to find the money somewhere regardless. Okay, so I mean.
That's why we tabled it.
So I'm really curious to know though, when this item was brought before the council, I mean, if EDC did not, me and Bruce didn't have this conversation about EDC paying for it. I mean, there was a situation where at the beginning, we were talking about the city cutting those costs. And so Councilman Williams is the one who recommended that we, go with, begin that conversation with EDC. So I'm just curious to know how this, how the city was prepared to take that. Okay. Okay.
And when it got to me, that's when I said, we don't have any extra money. But when Bruce first brought this up, he said the city would only have to pay utility costs.
Yeah, the second one, yeah. the second
So
one-
while we moving forward,
That's an estimate of utility costs.
so while we moving forward on this, is
Water. Oh, okay.
Okay, so.
Okay, so
We're gonna
okay.
keep-
Tabled it.
We're gonna keep moving on.
Okay.
JJ, if me and you would talk to, and with Mr. Jones to figure out how we can get the budget numbers, and we'll make sure that we get that in the MOU so council has a clear picture. Councilmember Doucette, you got anything else?
Yes, Ms. Jeffrey, just for the record, I do believe that we have a week until our next meeting. I believe a week is enough time for us to be informed on this, and so I would like to see the same agenda item back on the agenda next week.
That's the plan already, Councilmember Doucette.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so this is my only thing, council. Before you put it on the agenda, you better have all its T's crossed and R's dotted. Don't put it on there and then we still gonna sit up here and don't know where the money coming from and they haven't found no money. So if we haven't found no money, don't put it back on the agenda, cause the same thing is gonna happen. So let's find out where JJ can get the money from, or either y'all gonna get one of them little brown cubby houses that people have in their backyard if that's the case.
Well-
Cause we not gonna let the city go into no deficit behind all that.
I
If that's the
second
case,
that.
we'll pitch up some tents outside or something. We'll make it work, but we can't afford to go into no deficit.
I mean, so overall, EDC, you could just purchase the modular building on your own and not offer the city any space. And so now we won't be doing our due justice to help the city out with our staffing, because it's our job to do to make sure we're doing our research on these items before they come here. And we talked about it a little earlier, how we're going to be effective. And so I'm looking forward to see how effective we're going to be moving forward when it comes to our agenda items and being effective and having effective meetings. So I'm looking forward to see all of us work together and make sure we have our information and be understanding our packet before it gets to us on the dais.
Thank you, Councilmember Doucette. Thank you, Councilmember Williams, President Davis, and council for all of that spirited discussion. We will see the same item back next week, and hopefully we have a little bit more meat that we can, that's more appetizing to council. All righty. Agenda item number 11. Thank you. Thank you. Discuss, consider, and take possible action on approving the purchasing of food and refreshments for the 6th annual community back to school drive on August 7th. So council, they basically the Greek organizations that came. Obviously, I'm not for sure if y'all aware, but they do an annual back to school drive. This is the 6th annual back to school drive. It normally is in at the fire station, but this year it is at Hempstead Elementary. Or is it middle school? I can't remember exactly which one, but it's in Hempstead this year. And they did. I'm on the committee, and they just asked if there's a way that the city could be a part. And so they recommend that they wanted to have like hamburgers and hot dogs and stuff like that this year. So I said that that's something that I would bring before council. I am asking somewhere around 1,000, but I will leave that up to the council's pleasure. Councilmember Williams.
Okay, so I don't have a problem with the back-to-school drive, but I do have a problem with it's not in Prairie View.
I agree with that.
So I have some clarification on that. Well, from my point of view, when Delta Sigma Theta participated with Alpha, we had it at the fire station first because Mr. Jackson was an Alpha and was there, and we participated because it was serving our service area. It still serviced the fraternity and sorority service area, but it does not service the city of Prairie View's service area.
So,
Our kids go to Waller.
Councilmember Doucette.
Yeah, just to piggyback, I completely agree with Councilmember Reed too. But I know historically too that it's always been at the fire station, and I'm not sure if the city has ever supported the initiative, even when it was in the city. And so I mean, even us still giving back to something when they're giving back to our community for the past couple of years, it's us still doing our due diligence with what we haven't done in the past. I mean, that's kind of how I look at it.
So I do believe that the reasoning that it was not at the fire station this year was in this overall scheduling issue. I kind of joined the committee late, and again, when I found out it was in Hempstead, I was just like, oh, I don't really know how. So I agree with the comments that Councilmember Williams and Reed saying, especially with it being in the city of Prairie View. They are looking to bring it back here next year. This is when I got on the committee and I kind of had said something about it. It had already been publicized in the date, but that is something that every Greek, they wanted in Prairie View. I think their main thing is they didn't have a location. I even said that potentially next year, you bring at City Hall. And so they do want to bring it back in Prairie View. It started in Prairie View. They want it to be the home in Prairie View. I also second what Councilmember Doucette said. But this is a community event that originated in PV, started in PV. It's just in Hempstead this year because they felt like it would be easier to keep the school supplies there. But I do understand what y'all mean about the service area though. So council, what's your pleasure?
I think.
Oh, Councilmember Manuel?
You can go ahead.
I mean, I know there might be, I mean, it's included on financials and finances, and Mr. JJ, I would still want to make sure that you were able to find the money for this $1,000 that we requested. All right? Gotcha.
Mr. Jones or Councilmember?
Question I have, because I'll see the invoice eventually, is, JJ, would we be funding this out of taxpayer money? Is this an item that can be funded out of taxpayer money?
Right now, I'm not understanding what organization is sponsoring this.
So basically, all that they are asking us to do basically is to basically pay for the purchasing of the hot dogs and hamburgers and the person.
So let's, I think maybe if we.
It's a organized group, like it's a group.
Yeah.
The Pan-Atlantic Council, basically. Yep.
All right, the problem y'all gonna get into is if you set a precedence for one outside council, that means any other council can come in here now and ask for assistance. That's all I'm gonna say.
I think the precedents that, I think we're, again, these organizations, because it's just not, it's multiple organizations. This event has been a Prairie View event for, I mean, over. The city has never participated in the event when it was in the city. I mean,
The reason why they didn't participate is because Councilman Randall always had the back-to-school backpack drive here at City Hall. So that's why it has
Right.
always been done in Prairie View, because he made sure that it was done.
I didn't think about that.
So he always did the backpack with the school supplies here at City Hall on that Saturday morning before school was to start.
Will Prairie View students benefit from this?
yes, Prairie View students will benefit from it. We have been benefiting from the past years. I also was in the process to, I mean, plan and create and host a back-to-school drive, but since the organizations have already done one, and that was planning one in the city, I decided not to plan one.
But Prairie View
So,
students might not benefit from it if they don't know about it. We got low-income families here in Prairie View who probably won't even be able to get to Hempstead, especially over at Jones Elementary School. We have students here that come from low-income families that are gonna need backpacks and school supplies as well, and who usually have always gotten that.
So how about we do this? How about if we can, if I can go to the group and basically ask if we can ensure that basically, I know we're gonna have there's always a surplus of school supplies left over each year. I know some of them is going to stay in Hempstead, and we can also take some of those back to Jones. So basically split whatever surplus is available to ensure that Prairie View families are still being benefited.
and I would like to see the council continue to put on progressive events that support these families that's in our communities, because I'm a first-gen and low-income student too. So I mean, we're talking about it now. We should start being interactive and start hosting these events on our own.
I agree.
Normally
But
you get a nonprofit to host those type of events, not the city itself. Again, the city is operating on behalf of the taxpayers, okay? You can't get into humanitarian. All right, I'll give you an example. If you want to help people who can't pay their water bill, you set up a benevolent fund and ask the citizens to contribute in and above their water bill. Then you take those funds, and that's what you do to help people who can't pay their water bill. But again, you just can't take city dollars.
Yes, sir. I completely
can I ask
agree.
what's the difference then, like, okay, for example, like, okay, can I ask what the difference is when we basically do a barbecue for Juneteenth or do Thanksgiving feedings and stuff like that? I feel like it's the same community type of deal. We give money for barbecues for Juneteenth all the time. We give money to the fire station to feed the families all the time. It's, at the end of the day, I understand this is taxpayer money, but this is money going back to the taxpayers.
Mayor,
Councilman Doucette.
we're discussing on this item too long. It looks like we're not going to take action once again. I would like to, President Davis, I would like to present this item on the agenda for EDC, if that's, if that's possible, I'll send in my agenda item for EDC so that we can figure out how can we work with EDC to collaborate on this event and initiative. Because I mean, right now the city is not prepared to collaborate and move forward on providing support.
This event is Saturday, so I do need to let them know probably tomorrow if we're going to do this or not, because this event is Saturday. So we're going to be able, so the event's Saturday.
Can't get money that fast, can you?
I mean, we're not prepared to do it up here. So I mean, it looks like we're just not gonna do it at all.
It's not on their agenda to be approved.
You said, so my goal was for it to go directly to the vendor. So me and Bruce have identified a vendor to cook the food, and basically we just cut a check to the vendor to cook the food and set up. Bruce has already said he's gonna be up there. I was gonna invite the council up there.
Who gonna cook the food?
Is
the barbecue person that we talked about? That was getting the barbecue man.
Is this
the man that told me about the barbecue that you had set up with? Yes, that man. Yeah, Blue Baker. Yes.
Who? Carlin?
I don't know what the name. It's whoever they just said.
Is that who you talking about, Bruce?
Who you talking about?
Carlin.
Brubaker's, what's that?
Say his name, Bruce.
Carlin Charleston.
Thank you.
You gonna have him do what?
I didn't set up anything. I don't know.
So basically, yeah. So me and him had a conversation. Basically, the people who set up the Molly Matthew, basically cooked that Molly Matthew, the groundbreaking. They were out there, and basically, those are the people we was going to look at to doing this if this got approved.
I have a question.
Just a second, Councilmember James. Just a second. So, but basically, we just got to find, one of our goals, once this is approved, is securing who's going to cook the food, but no money is going directly to the Greeks. We're just hamburgers, hot dogs, and refreshments.
Oh.
That was the goal
And this is gonna be in Hempstead, where?
at the school.
So, Nathan,
What
I'm
school?
sorry, Mayor, I can understand,
Hold on just a second, please. Councilmember,
Who y'all gonna be at?
Hempstead, I think it's elementary school, yeah, Hempstead Elementary.
on the Belleville Highway.
Hempstead Elementary, or Hempstead Early Learners.
What?
Early Learners,
or
Early
Belleville?
Learners
290.
is at the light.
Yeah,
290.
in town.
Here, let me,
Going
let me,
into
let me, let me,
Because
let me.
the elementary school is out on 359.
No, girl.
I'm so
Belleville
confused.
Highway,
I'm so
Wendy.
confused. I'm so
The
confused.
Belleville Highway, that's,
Hold on, y'all. So I'm gonna give y'all the address, so y'all just tell me. So it's at 2532 9th Street.
that's in town. That's by the man with the tie shop.
That's in Hempstead?
Yeah, that's it, yeah. 25, yeah.
Amigos is on Fifth Street.
That's what he just said, Fifth Street.
No, he didn't say Fifth Street.
But that's the early childhood
Yeah,
center,
it's
right?
an early childhood.
That's the early childhood center.
Early childhood on Fifth Street.
Yep. So basically, that's where it's gonna be set up. Yeah.
Okay, so
Question. I can understand us
Excuse me, I had a
donating,
question.
donating the money,
Council member.
but normally we haven't had to, provide the cook food. Somebody from the fraternities would cook the food.
However, council.
Especially hot dogs and hamburgers.
However, council wants to do it, we will do it. That was just what was asked to me, and I said that I will bring it before to whoever I can to try to get it, to make it happen. So if y'all want to donate the money and they cook the food, or if you want us to give the check directly to the people, we will make that happen. However, Councilmember James, I know I've been keeping you waiting, sir.
Yes, okay, so this is for school children, right? It's not for the college students?
Yes, school kids.
Okay, and it's gonna be in Hempstead?
Yes.
Okay, I think that maybe $1,000 may be a little bit too much, maybe we can lower it.
Oh,
My concern is, it's in Hempstead, it's by the school board?
it
At
is.
first, I thought y'all were buying school supplies. I was gonna say, that's fine. But this is an event not in the city of Prairie View. That's all where I'm going now. It's not in the city of Prairie View. This is something that's a private person Is it a private person doing this?
No, it's basically the Panhandle Council. So basically, that's
What is the Panhandle
I'm about to explain
Council?
it. I'm about to explain them.
Go ahead.
Okay. So basically, the Greek fraternity, the alumni chapters of the Alphas, the Deltas, yeah, all 9 basically. So every year they host a back to school drive.
Okay.
Okay. Normally it's at the fire station right down the street in Prairie View. This year they moved it because last year it was raining and they wanted a cover, like actual, covered because it was raining last year. So they moved it to the Hempstead, to the early childhood, so they can have a cover. When they asked me about the situation, I thought that we were still at the fire station. I wasn't aware that they had moved it.
All right, so what we're doing is contributing to the back-to-school drive.
Yes, sir.
Then just start it like that.
However,
No
council.
food, back-to-school drive.
My thing is, one, I hate to leave out our students that are here in Prairie View. That's my only issue with this. And so I would love to tell them, we sorry, but we might not can help y'all because this is money that's taxpayers' money in Prairie View. And we need to take take that $1,000 and go buy up a whole bunch of backpacks and school supplies and deliver it to Jones Elementary. I mean, I'm just saying, I understand it might be late, but I would rather apologize to them about Saturday. We can't do it because our funds have to support.
And the
our
optics of it, it looks like another city our city going into their city to take care of their people. You saying they can take care of their own people?
So, I definitely understand where y'all are coming from. It's servicing our people as well. It's just not, it is servicing our people. That's one of the reasons why on the flyer, it doesn't say Hempstead it doesn't say the actual school because they want everyone in our service area to participate, really the whole county. I hear y'all's concerns. I really do. I don't want to spend too much more time on the item. So if y'all want to do it, if y'all don't, I just let me know so I can tell them.
But this is the last thing. I want to
would
be
love do
clear.
it, but not for Hempstead. I would love to do it for our Jones Elementary babies. If y'all can put something together and get some stuff over to them, I have no problem with it. But I don't want the money
Okay,
to go to
I just want to
Hempstead.
make one thing clear. Sororities and fraternities have a service area, Waller County. The city has the city, Prairie View. Our first, last, middle concern is Prairie View and conducting business in Prairie View. That's it.
Can I add?
Sure.
Like she's, okay. This not on the agenda for the EDC. At this point, I was gonna go to the event to back up folks that weren't gonna be, I think you weren't gonna be there and you were gonna be there, and I was gonna go there for that reason, but I wasn't equipped with knowledge of the specifics of it. In fact, I thought it was here in Prairie View, but just wanted y'all to be aware of that. And we had it loosely on our agenda, but then I took it off because I saw the city was doing something on it, but I didn't know the specifics.
And we can let our police officers, and whoever, get the backpacks, get some,
Well, that would have to be an agenda item before, we have to be an agenda item. And we currently don't have that scheduled. Councilmember Manuel, then Councilmember Doucette.
No, I was just saying for the school supplies, that Prairie View take care of Prairie View and Hempstead take care of Hempstead.
Yes, ma'am. Councilmember Doucette.
Obviously, I think we're going to just have we could do due diligence and obviously extend the offer that the city is not able to support, especially with this, again, us not being able to communicate effectively in time and be able to have these questions answered in advance. So obviously, that's another thing, an issue with the city. The city, we're not ready to move forward. So I move that we take no action on taking no
It's
action
not
on
that
item
we
10.
don't want to move forward. We need to know ahead of time.
Yes, ma'am. So I just said that we have to know ahead of time in order to make a decision. So right now, we're not able to move forward on this item specifically tonight. So I'd like to move that we don't take action on item number 10.
When is our next city council meeting?
Monday. Motion dies for lack of a second.
So are we voting to take it? Are we voting to pay? So are we going to take, are we? So are we just, what are we doing with the item? Were we just tabling it or leaving it or moving forward?
Okay, can we put this on, next Monday?
It's on
The event is this
Saturday.
week, the event is this Saturday, like it's coming.
Trying to give Hempstead nothing.
You can take no action on this right here.
I'm trying to put it back on the agenda to give Jones something. I'm
Oh
not
yeah,
trying-
we can do that whenever.
That's what I'm
It's just
trying
this
to
is just for the back to school drive.
Back on there and say the police department, school drive.
But I'm just saying, I'm trying to if we can put it back on the agenda for next Monday, school don't start until the 11th or the 12th.
Yeah, but it'll be a different item though. Won't it be the same?
That's what I'm
item?
saying, we can redo this and put it back on the agenda for next Monday. Chief, before JJ just throw y'all out there like that, would y'all deliver the school supplies to the school, or could y'all deliver the school supplies to the school?
Wait a minute.
Because they go back to, Waller goes back to
Excuse
school
me,
on
Miss
the 11th.
Williams, Miss Williams, we don't have any school supplies right now. We
Listen
were
to
just
what I'm-
contributing money to
Did she let me
refreshments.
finish?
Who going to buy school supplies?
Let me tell you,
So-
we can send Miss Jeffrey and some of our office ladies to Walmart.
I
To
agree.
get all the school supplies and bring it back, and if our police officers don't mind, if some of the council wanna go, I won't be able to go, cause I'll be at my school.
So I'll be,
But you can go and deliver it to Jones. That's what I'm trying to make, I'm trying to stay in
so I'll be,
graces.
so I'll be willing to help plan and prepare that, and I can put it on my agenda item and an effective, and I'll plan it out. I'll send you the details, and we can work together on getting it done. So
How they get the money, JJ?
We can set that at the next, let us put the agenda item together.
Okay.
You got the money, $1,000, you got that.
So, Ms. Jeffrey,
Do it, that's all.
number 10 is gonna be for the Jones Elementary. You can just change that wording in there.
What I was concerned about with this whole item was that you were giving funds to a particular organization.
JJ, we done
no,
decided something else we gonna do.
we okay. So we're moving on to the next item, Mayor.
Yes, thank you, Council. Thank you for your dialogue. We will move on to agenda item number 11. Discuss, consider, and take possible action on a resolution approving the issuance of a city credit/debit card to the city manager. So basically, this was more so for alignment for TML, which is opens tomorrow. I believe we might have had a escape. Did we still need this, or so we still need this? Okay. I think.
The
Credit card needs to be in your name?
who is it? Mr. Jones' name?
I mean, he's still the city
Well,
manager right now.
If this is
so.
just a temporary for TML, we late. 'Cause
It's supposed to be passed last week, but the registration opens tomorrow.
I move to,
yeah,
Yes,
the hotel's open tomorrow.
tomorrow morning, 10 a.m.
I move,
Yeah, what's happening is that the city credit card has to be in the name of the city manager.
Will we have the credit card by 10 a.m.?
No.
So we don't.
Kilpatrick's name was called.
so you'll be able to go to Prosperity
Yeah, right.
and get one.
It's not
They-
that,
they
it's
can
not,
make
I
a
don't know if
card
it's
in
gonna
a
be
day,
that
right?
simple, council. Well, I mean, first of all, it's just me, I don't want it, but
But do they make the card that fast, Ms. Jeffrey?
So I have a
How long
question.
does it take?
It takes a minute. Yeah, 5 to 7, just the same amount you get your card. But I have a
To
question.
move our money to Brazos Valley, because you can go there today and get a card from Brazos Valley.
I have a question. I mean, I'm not for sure. I know Chief has one, so I'm not for sure. Did we work that out to see if we could potentially use Chiefs
They didn't
for
tr-
TML tentatively? What's that look like?
You have to try to charge it first to see if it goes through.
Chief, your credit card, I don't know.
He has a limit. I know that.
But we should discuss that.
Because-
We shouldn't discuss that limit here in the public.
First,
Not getting none of his money.
first of all, how
Tell 'em,
many,
Chief.
well, while we on this TML, how many do we
In case you
have
wanna go to
registered?
TML.
Okay, then the card should be able, we're gonna be put about $15,000 on that card by the time it's all said and done. And it's got,
Can we not just increase Chief's card?
it,
Oh, the credit card
But we
company.
have to provide them with the written information to ask to increase.
well, if the Chiefs cards can handle it,
But one time, Ms. Johnson was able to make reservations, I think, with what you shaking your head for, JJ?
You need a card.
you need a card.
She did it one time with okay.
You need a card.
Mayor,
Preferably as a card, we can track it.
Councilmember Doucette.
I move that we approve, adopt a resolution and approve the issuance of a city credit/debit card to the city manager,
Need to say his name.
to our acting city manager, Mr. Carl Jones.
Second.
It's been properly moved and seconded that we give an city credit/debit card to Mr. Carl Jones. Is there any unreadiness? Hearing none, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed have the same right. Motion passes.
Well, maybe y'all can pay for 3, pay the bill, then pay for 3.
Agenda item number 12, discuss, consider, and take possible action on the appointment of Mrs. Brooke Jeffrey as acting city secretary, acting city manager Carl Jones.
Acting City Secretary.
Second.
It's been properly moved and seconded that we appoint Ms. Brooke Jeffrey as the acting city secretary. Is there any unreadiness? Hearing none, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed have the same right. Motion passes. Agenda item 13, discuss, consider, take possible action regarding councilmember access to the interior office areas of City Hall and the establishment of a policy ensuring equal access for all council members consistent with the city charter. Councilmember Manuel.
I second that.
Councilmember Manuel has the floor.
Well, exactly what it says, the same equal rights. You have some, like Councilman Deuce said, and the one with the student work, or what is his name? The intern. He has a badge to get in and swipe, he can come in and out, and he's an intern. And Doucette has a card, and, you know, if you're gonna be fair to one, be fair, well, maybe you don't know. Just explain to me why some have it, the intern, and some don't.
Mayor.
Councilmember Williams.
So this came up about a couple of years ago, and the council voted that no council members would have access to the inner offices because unfortunately, when council had access to go to the back offices, different paperwork and different things were coming up missing on workers' desk. And so council voted that council members would not have badges. They would not be able to access that inner office area. And if I'm not mistaken, that still should be in place because it's never been changed. And also, we did it because the workers were complaining about being stressed, and some of the council people were going in there, sitting in there, watching them, and all of that. And that is not what we are supposed to be doing. If we need something, we need to go in there and ask for it, or either ask for it at the window. But it is not our job to come and nitpick and sit over staff and look at everything that they're doing. They deserve to be in an unharassed environment. They deserve to work in an unharassed environment. And like I said, somewhere this policy should be, because we voted on it, if not 3 years ago, it was 4 years ago, that no council members would have access to those back doors and make staff feel uncomfortable or feel harassed in their work environment.
Mayor.
Councilmember Doucette.
I do think, obviously, I think right now, I think all of us have the same exact access, that when we walk to the front, someone buzz us in. I carry the city badge that Lieutenant let me know that every council member was getting when it was onboarded. It's just my headshot and it's ID. This doesn't scan me anywhere. If I need to get in somewhere, I ask for someone badge to scan me in, and they're escorting me through there. So every council member has the same exact access. I mean, when I get to the front, I stand there until they push the buzzer. If I'm going back there, the officer scan me in, or I borrow someone badge who let me go in and escort me. So every council member has the same access. I don't have a special badge. I just wear my badge that has my face on it that identifies me as a council member. And again, I'm sure that LT said everyone did get this badge, and if you don't have one, I'm sure the PD doesn't mind remaking one. But I just wear mine, And so it's not like I have access, I just wear it. So when I'm in City Hall, I
I
wear
have
my
a
badge to
question.
be identified.
Councilmember James.
Well, my understanding is that uh, Doucette has a badge, and he gets access, and has a cell phone
Mike.
that none of the other
So-
council members have.
So yes, I think we mentioned today. Let me reiterate what we have as council members. When I got onboarded, UPD gave me an identification badge, which is an ID that says City Administration Council Member Position 5. When it comes to my city devices,
Do you
today,
have a badge to get in?
no, sir, I do not have a badge to get in. And also, when Councilmember Manuel made her concerns about IT, they let her know that she can also get a city laptop or iPad if she preferred. And if you would like a city cell phone, I'm sure you can ask to request that through IT and through the city as well. And so I think we all have the same exact access. I'm not sure if you all ever used it, but I don't like people calling my personal cell phone for city business. My city cell phone number is on my business cards because I take calls from the citizens. And I mean, every council member has the same opportunity. And I will hope that I'm not getting treated more fairly than any other council member on this dais. I will hope that every city staff treat every council member when we stand at the front, y'all let us in and let us also print out our papers and continue to do so. So I will continue to hope that everyone is getting treated fairly, and it's not a sign of me getting treated more fairly than any other person. I mean, I may come in and smile and say good morning and ask them how their day's going, and they may just want you to do the same thing. I mean, so again, I will hope that I'm not getting treated more fairly than any other council member when it comes to access behind City Hall, because we all have the same exact access to get in City Hall. So I believe that Councilmember Manuel should be able to come inside and she should be able to have a meeting with the city manager, schedule a meeting with Ms. Jeffrey, or schedule a meeting or talk to whoever she needs to, and she should be able to get escorted around the back just like we all do.
City Secretary Jeffrey.
I just have a question here.
Just a second. We're going to turn it to the city secretary. She has her hand up.
I would like to say
Okay.
this very, sorry.
Can I ask the question?
Yes, sir. We're going to come to you just a second.
I would like to say this very respectively, and this is based upon my observation and assessment since working. It's genuinely not a matter of proximity, but decorum. And when what we don't want is a disruption in our day-to-day operations. And oftentimes when various people come through the back, for me, it's a safety matter because I am the gatekeeper of most confidential information. So to ensure that certain eyes, certain hands, because there are processes and protocols to receive certain information, there is hesitance to allow anyone into certain areas. Anybody in this office can tell you, I am respectfully kicking people out constantly because they do not need to be in proximity of certain documentations, because I am sure if certain information was leaked, the first person that the city will turn to is myself, now as acting city secretary. So it is very important that I safeguard that information, and I do give notice to the ladies that I supervise, let's be mindful, let's be watchful. I would like to apologize on behalf of General Admin if we have not treated you with the respect that you deserve, Councilwoman Manuel. I would like to extend that to you personally. It is a matter of just love and kindness because our environment is hostile every day, and people come in with not simply requests, but demands. And we want to make sure that we are getting everything we need to everyone, especially for the sake of city business. Most people come in, they make themselves friendly, they speak to everyone, they get what they need, and they go. So it is not a matter of proximity, but simply decorum.
Thank you, City Secretary
Yes,
Jeffrey.
yes.
Councilmember
Okay.
James, you're recognized.
Yes, okay. Well, I would like to know if we're not supposed to be getting badges, why was one of the council members given a badge?
Councilmember
and
James.
not the other council members given a badge to have access?
Councilmember Williams.
Mr. Mike James, we all have a badge. Did you get your?
Not to get in.
No, well, nobody does. Councilman
Doucette does.
I have a question.
Councilman Doucette does not have a badge to get into the office. That's what he just finished explaining to us and to you. He does not have a badge to get into the office. He just have a regular badge with his picture on it, like we all.
Okay. He doesn't have a cell phone either?
Councilmember James.
He has a phone.
No,
He can get a phone from
can.
the city because the city does ask you if you want a phone. I chose not to get a phone.
Councilmember James, do you want a
Okay.
phone?
No,
You want a
can-
phone, Councilmember?
I can speak. Councilmember James, do you have a photo with your face on it, with the badge? Do you have the badge with your face on it? Do you have a badge with your face on it?
Hello?
Hello, do you have a badge with your face on it? Do I need to go to the computer screen?
Mike.
I'm talking about a badge to have access to get inside the city council.
Councilmember James, has someone provided you with a report that I have a badge to scan in anywhere? Where did you get this information from?
If we all have the same
Councilmember-
rights, I'm in agreement with that, but
That's
I was
what-
understanding that I thought you
So-
had a badge to get in.
So the thing with Prairie View is that someone's seen or I maybe borrow any staff badge to get inside of a building I was already in, and so now they're under the impression that I have a badge. And again, my comments on the record was just that I believe every council member should be treated the same and fairly and equal. Councilmember James, you have access to behind the office. You print hundreds and thousands of papers of propaganda in the city hall every day, and that's what we do. And so we're not going to sit here and say someone has access when you don't know for sure. It is time for us to stop making rumors on this dais and start doing city business.
Who has badges to get
City
in?
staff.
Mike James.
Oh, my goodness.
Mike.
Yes.
No, everybody has a badge. Everybody has a badge with their face on it.
I know that.
Yeah, but nobody.
I'm talking about getting into the back areas, like.
Nobody has a badge to get into the back areas. Nobody, except for the staff that work here every day. They're the only ones that have it. No council members have a badge except for the mayor, but no council members have a badge to get in anywhere in City Hall. Nobody.
Okay.
Now, do you
All
want
right.
a cell phone?
You don't use
Do you want a cell phone?
I'll get it ordered tomorrow.
I mean, so
I could use one.
we're gonna order the city cell phone.
You want one?
I'll take a cell phone.
Are you gonna
if you
answer
wanna
the cell
give me
phone?
one.
Okay,
Are you
so
gonna
now
use
you
it?
gonna have what I don't have, so now I'm mad. No, I'm kidding.
Are you gonna answer the cell phone, Councilmember James?
Okay. All right. I just want to make sure it's all fair and equal, because
Yes.
I was told that some members got preferential treatment, but I
Preferential?
guess that was
So-
false
Okay, well, they
information
didn't,
I got.
They
And I-
didn't. You
So
get a
I
phone.
stand corrected.
And yes, sir. And I also don't think.
Well,
also,
Oh, yeah, council member, and this is for every council member. If
Wasn't
there's
done.
any question about what you want, if you want an iPad, if you want a laptop, if you want whatever, just come see me, and we'll get with Mr. Jones and make sure you get taken care of, okay? All right.
Sounds
Councilmember
like a
Doucette.
great
All right,
idea.
thank you for your
Thank
due
you very
diligence. Can we
much.
move on?
Yes, I think
Now, yes, excuse me.
Councilmember James wants to be fair, and I also don't think it's fair that you all continue to create rumors around this dais in the city hall and city council. That's not fair. And so stop believing everything we hear and calling and gossiping about each other, and let's handle city business.
Well,
Daniel.
well, yeah, it's a different, because when I come to the window,
What did
they
he
want.
say? I didn't hear you.
Nothing. It's 9:37.
9:37. 9:37. Councilmember Manuel.
No, there was a difference, because when I come to the window, they want to ask me questions. But when I come for business. The citizen, they call me and different information they want me to find out for the citizen. I'm working for the citizen, because they was the one that voted for me to work for them. So when I come up here and ask for information, I get calls from citizens that want to know different information.
I think moving forward, we should be establishing a policy regarding recording behind the back. I think that's what has been the issue.
So when I come in, I just need to come in and get okay, you can go ahead.
Special Counsel Aguero.
Yeah, let her go ahead.
Thank you, Councilman Doucette, for raising the issue of recording while in the back around confidential and sensitive information. This is one of the reasons that several policies will be presented for your approval, so that we can manage information security here on behalf of the city. Our new city secretary, Mrs. Jeffrey, spoke on the issue of employees feeling harassed. She does that in her role as an administrator, also as our human resources point of contact. And because of the overlap in her role and my role, I wanted to briefly speak on this issue, that if we do allow the employees who come here every day to work to be harassed, I'll wait.
Oh, she told, y'all better quit talking.
This is important. It's more important than the hot dogs. If we do allow our employees who come here to work every single day to be harassed by anyone who represents the city, that creates a legal risk for the city. And so I appreciate Councilwoman Williams for bringing up the precedent that no council members were allowed behind there without an escort. In previous administrations, I recommend that that be the policy now, because we do have multiple reports of the people who work here hard every day feeling harassed. And that can become a legal liability for the city.
Well, as I just stated, when I come to get information.
Thank you,
And when I come,
Councilmember.
I just come to get the information, and once I get the information, I leave.
Thank you, Councilmember Manuel. Thank you, Special Counsel Aguero. Council, what's your pleasure, if any, on this item? If not, can we move on? Hearing none, we're going to move on. Agenda item 14, discuss and take possible action on requesting Strand Engineering to establish development review fees. Councilmember Doucette.
Yes, thank you, Mayor. So I met with Strand Engineer, our engineer, a few weeks ago. I want to say briefly a few weeks ago. And so we talked about the things that the city should do to put us in the best spot, especially when it comes to obviously being an effective government. Jared recommended us establishing development review fees. Obviously, I'm not an engineer, so I can't talk more about what it does, but everyone did have the draft of fees and uses that is used everywhere else. And so I would like the council to agree to allow Strand Engineer to adapt development review fees. That will obviously bring revenue to the city when it comes to us dealing with developers and having to review certain contracts and review certain just different needs.
Thank you, Councilmember Doucette. This is something I also support. My only, I guess, amendment would also, we also include for planning as well, because we had a really increase of people reaching out to our planner as well. So I've been making sure that this covers both planning and engineering impact, or not saying impact fees, sorry, but planning and engineering fees, development fees. But yeah, I agree. Council, what's your pleasure on agenda item number 14?
Mayor,
Councilmember Doucette.
I move to take action on requesting Strand Engineer to establish development review fees and
Aye.
development review fees.
Second.
It's been properly moved and seconded. Is there any unreadiness? Councilmember Reed.
Do we have any idea what this review would cost?
So it wouldn't cost us necessarily. So basically, we're getting. So basically, let me just yeah. So every time that Strand or our planner meets with a developer, they build the city. And so this basically will allow costs that could come from directly from the developer, so they pay it from the on-site to go through the development, pre-development phases to meet with our contractors. So we already paying it, we're just kind of getting our money back. Any other questions, comments, or concerns?
Yeah, so we haven't established the fees ever. We have never established those fees.
Okay.
So call for question.
Questions called. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed have the same right. Motion passes. We're going to move down to the next one. Discuss and take possible action on a smart meter contract.
I would like to also, I'm sorry. I would like to move over that we skip over item 15.
Did I?
Yeah, we don't.
My bad. I'm sorry.
So
Discuss and take possible action. Agenda item number 15, discuss and take possible action on requesting Strand Engineering to conduct a street study on all city streets. Councilmember Doucette,
So that was already done, and Strand was able to get me the report from Trilogy. So that was going to be an item I just decided to take off.
Thank you, because Trilogy called me saying, don't pay more money. We already did that, so yeah.
Yeah, I have a.
Could I say something?
Yeah, we all should have a.
So
Hello?
Just a second, Councilmember James, we got you, just a second.
Yeah, the street study was done by Trilogy in 2023.
Yes, sir.
So it's only about.
pretty new.
So Strand was able to get me the item and the document after I put it on the agenda. So yeah, we wasn't really going to discuss it. But looking at that study that was done in 2023, the city has yet to be effective in moving those streets and getting better ratings. And so we have a study that was completed in 2023, yet we are here in 2026, and we have not prioritized those streets. I mean,
Yes, they did.
well,
They
most-
prioritized the
majority-
streets. Some of the streets got done when certain people came in that came in, though all those things changed. And when they got rid of Trilogy, a whole lot of things changed and stopped. So yes, they were well on the way of doing ditches and streets during that time. But when we got another administration, things changed.
Yes, ma'am.
Because I remember we passed this when I was on council, so.
So I don't want to say it wasn't done, but I would like to see us continue to be more effective in completing those check marks on that study.
Oh.
We gotta wait, I'm not sure, but we did $80,000 on 2 streets.
Yes, we did.
Other month. I gotta see where they on, where did they rank on the list?
Yes, sir. I would like to spend 4 hours talking about streets and improving those streets and roads compared to talking about hot dogs and hamburgers. So thank y'all for that.
Thank you. Agenda item 16, discuss and take possible action on approving smart meter contract. Councilmember Doucette.
Okay, so I remember when we first got to council and we talked about smart meters, and Attorney Aguero let us know the only action we needed to take was to approve the contract and the contract being done for smart meters. I don't know if we ever done that, and so we've been talking about
Can
smart
I say
meters.
something?
Hold on,
Councilmember James. You do not have the floor. Councilmember Doucette, you're recognized.
Thank you. And so for 2 months, we've been talking about smart meters, and I know that the recommendation of Attorney Aguero was to work on approving a contract so that way we can actually get those going on rolling. And so I know we've discussed them. We discuss smart meters every single meeting, but we have yet to take action on actually getting smart meters signed on a contract. And so Attorney Aguero, may you reference like what we obviously initiating in the contract agreement for us to actually get the smart meters and purchase them and get them done compared to us just talking about them?
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, Councilman Doucette. Tonight, I want to recommend that this council approve our interim city manager, Carl Jones, to sign the contract with Ferguson for the smart meters. The outstanding question is, what is the contract sum? Because I've learned from Ferguson that there was a discussion to add additional meters in anticipation of a new development coming in or a new community coming in where those meters would be needed. And so the contract sum changed from when it was first presented. The quote also changed from when it was first presented. And so that is a question that I've already posed to Ferguson, and that can be answered in the next 24 hours, but requesting that this council authorize Mr. Carl Jones to sign that contract.
Councilmember Williams.
I move to let Mr. Carl Jones, I almost forgot. I moved for Mr. Carl Jones to be able to sign the contract with, for Ferguson for the smart meters.
Second.
It's been properly moved and seconded. Is there any unreadiness? Councilmember Emanuel.
Excuse me, are we on, which agenda item are we on? Are we on agenda item 14 or on agenda item 15?
We're on the smart meters, so 16.
Huh?
We're on 16.
We're on 16?
Yes, sir.
Oh, well, of course, I approved the smart meter contract, but I just wanted to say that on agenda item 14, that Trilogy did a study and we should look at that study.
They found
And
it,
then if we
Mike.
need
We
to
found it,
make any
Councilmember.
changes, we can look at the streets for changes.
I think the Zoom.
Mr. James, they found it.
I think the Zoom may be a little delayed.
Yeah, it might be a
We're
delay.
we're on
from-
number 16, so I
Yeah.
agree with number 16.
Call for question.
All those in, Councilman Manuel?
Yes, on the smart meters, what changes have been done?
Thank you for asking, Councilwoman Manuel. The contract sum has changed because there was a quote that was provided back in February, and that quote expired on April the 1st. But also because there has been a discussion with our utilities team to have additional meters added for a subdivision that's anticipated to be coming to the city. So when,
It doesn't have anything to do with this?
That's gonna be down the road. And so this contract, that needs to be a separate contract for that subdivision.
I appreciate you mentioning that. I requested an updated contract with the updated date, and that was the only change that I expected. But the actual contract sum changed, and this is the explanation that was provided to me.
Yeah, but that's about 200 and some or more homes in that subdivision, but that's down the road. We're trying to get our smart meters for our current population. And that's what this original contract is supposed to cover.
Right.
Councilwoman Manuel asked me what changed, and I expected the date to change. But when I received the updated contract sum, Mr. Ferguson explained to me he's been in communication with the city's utility team. Thank you for that.
Call for question.
So I have a question. I understand it's pre, but it's my understanding that we feel confident that the housing development will happen. And when it happens, we will need those meters. So is it a bad thing to go ahead and put them in now and pay for them now?
Well, you can't pay for them now because you don't know the house, the number and what have you. But my point is, you should have a separate contract for that subdivision.
Maybe like an addendum
Right.
for future.
Well, in other words, we have our community based on
Our current population.
current population, all right? We don't know what's gonna happen with that.
Because that housing development might not
We
happen.
don't know what's gonna happen with that. We're trying to get our smart meters out, but we don't wanna pay for something that we don't know nothing about,
Right.
you see? That's all I'm saying. And that when those other meters, when the need presents itself, then we purchase some new meters.
Can we get the contract redone just
But
to
the,
be about the current population?
I absolutely appreciate everything you all saying, and I serve at the pleasure of the city. And so whatever numbers you all want to agree to, I've reviewed the contract for everything else except for that final number. And the advice given to me was that this had been already discussed among the city. And so I look forward to going back and making sure that the numbers that are reflected are the ones that you want.
Yeah. I don't remember us discussing adding on the new subdivision. I remember us discussing our current population.
And where the smart meter was already approved.
So,
I know, that's what I said, the smart meter was already approved.
Mayor,
Councilmember Doucette.
so the discussion right now that is on the agenda is for us to approve the contract that we have already seen with new dates. Any amendments, we wouldn't be accepting because we're approving the contract with just new dates. Again, we sat here 2 hours ago talking about smart meters and what we need them for and to be effective. And now we're talking about it for 30 more minutes. So I'll call for a question on this item.
Questions called. Wait, do we have a motion second? Yeah. Okay, yeah. The motion has been properly moved and seconded. Is there any more in readiness?
I have unread.
Yes.
Because if we pass it tonight, she's passing it including, O'Banion.
No, right?
No,
No.
yes.
I
No, she-
have clear instruction from you all tonight that will not be the case. What I mentioned early is
Only the
that I
dates.
requested an update to the contract sum because it was different from in February when it was originally presented. And that was the feedback that I got. That
Oh,
it had
that
been
they
discussed
added
with the
O'Banion.
city to add. But since you all are saying right now that is not what you want,
I'm still
then-
confused. Who said add O'Banion?
Ferguson.
Developer or us?
Ferguson has been in
Ferguson.
discussion with our internal city public works personnel regarding this issue. To the extent that's not what this council wants,
No, ma'am.
I will ensure that the number that's on the final contract is the same as the one from
In
February.
February, yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Thank you.
So the request tonight is to authorize the city manager to sign the contract on behalf of the city, and I'll ensure that we circulate it with the number so you all can see it before it gets signed.
Yeah, but tell me which one you're gonna use, the one from February?
The one from
this thing?
February. Okay, so we need to give approval?
But the one for, February was already approved.
We haven't signed it.
I
know it's gonna put the attorney back into ripple.
No, it's not. I already asked.
You don't,
can I move?
I just wanna go back.
Councilmember,
I wanna know what I'm going for.
Councilmember Williams.
I move that Mr. Jones will sign the contract that was first developed from February.
Wait, there's already a motion and second on the floor.
Yeah, you're right. The current motion on the floor to approve the current contract has been properly
Can
moved.
we amend it?
So that's the only contract we have. We don't have, so
Again, I've already made the request of Ferguson to go back to the drawing board to give us the original number. And what I just explained to you was his explanation to me. But I can tell him, thank you for your explanation. We want you to change it the way I asked you to change it, which is back to the original number.
Yes.
Now that you all have all explained that you never agreed to that other issue.
Yes. So can we go ahead and give Mr. Jones the permission to sign that contract when it comes?
that's the
That's the
motion on the floor.
request.
Yeah,
well,
that-
we need to see the
Call for
contract
question.
before we sign.
Call
The
for
question has been called. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed have the same right. Motion passes unanimously. We are now at the end of our agenda items and now going to council reports. Council, what's your pleasure?
Mayor,
Councilmember Doucette.
I move that we adjourn our meet.
She got a report?
Yes, I have a report.
Okay.
Councilmember Manuel.
Okay, on Mr. Kilpatrick, he was the, acting city manager, and we voted on him.
We doing reports, Ms. Mary.
We on
I'm doing a
reports.
report, that's what I'm doing. We voted on Mr. Kilpatrick for, acting city manager, and what did we vote for him to come in on as salary, as acting city manager? That's what I'm trying to get straight.
Can that be a public records request?
This is a report. This is not a time to get
This
questions.
is a report,
Okay,
this is my report.
okay.
Okay, what did we voted him in? We voted him in, I think like 80 to 85,000 for acting city manager. But then, now, Mr. Jones said he's at 135. So how did that change? I'm just trying to get
Who said
understanding.
135?
It's at 135.
Huh?
Who at 135?
Mr. Kilpatrick, that's what I'm
Kilpatrick don't
trying.
even work here no more. Mr. Kilpatrick ain't
Well,
employed here.
okay, that's what I'm trying to get an understanding on.
Hey,
Get Joshua or Quay.
yeah, Mr. Kilpatrick don't work here no more. We getting this permission.
But I'm still trying to get an understanding. So let me get an understanding. I'm
You
trying to
didn't
get an
have
understanding.
135.
You said what now? What did you say?
Oh my goodness.
No.
Yes, Mr. Jones said he's at 135. So that's what I'm trying to get an understanding.
But Mr.
But I
Jones-
know we voted. What did we vote in for 80 or 85? Because I know he was acting city manager, he never made manager.
I moved
Okay,
to
so-
adjourn. I'm sorry I even said that.
Well, I'm
It has
trying to
been
get
properly
understanding.
moved that we adjourn the meeting. Is there a second?
Well, I'm still talking, I'm trying to get an understanding. So what, Mr. Jones?
I have a question too.
You said what now?
This is an issue for executive session. So at this point, council, we can refrain to your report, but this issue is for executive session.
Well, this is public information, huh? Well, we can go into executive
No,
session.
we're not. Councilman Mayor, you have anything else to add?
So you said not tonight?
I have a
Councilmember
question.
Manuel knows she's welcome to come meet with me anytime she wants. That's her.
Hello.
Councilmember James.
Yes.
Well, yeah, I'm trying to get an understanding.
I'd just like to know, what is the post-settlement legal fees incurred by
Okay.
Timothy Smith?
It was $1,100, Mike.
1,100?
We're done with that. We've already approved it and it's done.
Council, I would ask for a motion to adjourn.
Move to adjourn.
It's been properly moved to adjourn. Is there a second?
Second.
It's been properly moved and second. Is there any unreadiness? All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. All those opposed have the same right. Motion adjourned. It is now 10:00 p.m. on the dot, and this council is hereby adjourned. Thank you to the citizens of Prairie View for staying with us, and to the people who are here watching with us. Have a good night.